a lot of different areas. Sometimes it can be a really big issue, like meat processing. This was one of our special orders of business a couple of years ago, where, this has been a problem for a long time in Wisconsin. And it really came to a head. And so we said that, we needed to make this a priority for the organization. And so our members put that into our policy book. It became a special order of business. And then we did a whole webinar series on meat processing and kind of looking at the pieces to that. And then we were able to do a lot of advocacy, and we're able to kind of help bring funds to Wisconsin that were distributed across the state.
And you mentioned you have a lot of different chapters. So dive a little bit more into that for us about the unique roles that they play within their communities.
Chapters are a really special part of Wisconsin Farmers Union. These are often based around counties or a couple of counties that come together. And there is support and kind of guidance that comes from the state organization. But really what our chapters are members coming together and kind of creating the places and the spaces that they want to be in. So one of those aspects is definitely community. I think another part of that is the educational component. So our members can come together with people that are, concerned about the same things that they're concerned about, and kind of look at something that's going on in their local community and really come together to make something happen and to move on an issue. So, that can happen at very kind of local level of things, or they might be looking at something at a state level that is, a concern for them. And so coming together to work on something together, I think makes a really big difference. I feel like often we can feel really isolated and alone in rural spaces. And so being able to come together and work with other people and feel like you're moving issues forward can make a really big difference.
And for those who are listening who might be interested in getting involved more or just learning how to join and all these things that you have to offer, how can they do that?
So our website is wisconsinfarmersunion.com. And we're really looking, like I said, for people who want to show up, who want to work together, who want a future in agriculture with more farms, not fewer, with stronger local food systems, with a vibrant and resilient rural community. And so if you are one of those people and you're interested in joining, you can always do that on our website, or you can contact our state office and we'll help you get signed up.
That was Kirsten Slaughter, Membership Engagement Director for the Wisconsin Farmers Union, reminding us of the power of community and collaboration in shaping the future of agriculture. With membership starting at just $30 per year, it's easier than ever to join the movement and make a difference. For the Midwest Farm Report, I'm Charity Seebecker.
Stay up to date with your trusted and relevant source in news, sports, traffic, and weather. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
6 o'clock, I'm Vince Vitrano. This is Wisconsin's Morning News. Thursday, September 12th, our top story, an historic walk through space.
I'm Erik Bilstad, an arsonist at large in Capital City.
I'm Debbie Loziga. Everything's looking great out on the roads right now. Not seeing too many delays. Volume's starting to pick up a little bit, but to be honest with you, it's looking really good. I'm Debbie Loziga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
So is your storm team forecast. Sunny, a bit hazy today with some clouds moving in late, but a high of 82 at the lake, 85 degrees your high temp inland. Mostly cloudy tonight with a low down to 66. Right now, Milwaukee's at 60. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, right now, miles above Earth.
SpaceX is go for spacewalk operations. Report visors down, ready for secondary O2 flow initiation, and crew is go for spacewalk.
The civilian crew on board the SpaceX Dragon Polaris received the all clear to go for their spacewalk. Billionaire tech entrepreneur Jared Isaacman, and SpaceX engineer will take turns emerging from the capsule hundreds of miles above Earth. They're sticking close to the hatch at this point in the video that we're seeing. It's extraordinary that we can see this live.
It's very surreal to watch as it's happening, as you see someone stick their head out of a space capsule and stand outside of a space capsule and look at the Earth from above.
2 other crew members will remain strapped in their seats. It's the first commercial spacewalk for SpaceX.
Here at home, 6 UW-Madison students without a place to live today, and an alleged arsonist at large after 3 fires in downtown Madison.
The 3 fires started within 1 hour of each other, and police say they might be connected. First, a dumpster caught fire around 4:20 a.m. near Langdon and Henry Street. Then a second dumpster caught fire around 4:45 a.m. near Johnson and State Street. Later, a house caught fire around 5 a.m. near Washington Avenue and Bassett Street, leaving 6 UW-Madison students displaced. No one was injured. The home sustained an estimated $500,000 in damages. Police are asking for the public's help in identifying a person of interest. Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
We do have some photos of the suspect online at WTMJ.com. You can text the word fire to WTMJ's talk and text line 855-616-1620. We'll send you the link.
Body of a missing scuba diver is recovered now from a shipwreck on Lake Michigan. 72-year-old Patrick Kelly of Winthrop Harbor, Illinois. He was diving around the shipwreck of the SS Wisconsin Tuesday. Kelly, approximately 6 miles off the village of Pleasant Prairie coastline. His body recovered early yesterday morning, about 125 feet below the surface of the lake in the area of that shipwreck.
A lawsuit filed against the Kettle Moraine School District alleges school board members encouraged a hostile environment that violated Title IX. The suit says the district failed to protect transgender and non-binary students after claims of discrimination were brought to its attention.
The lawsuit targets statements made by School Board Vice President Amy Richards during a July 16th board meeting on updates to the 1972 federal law.
Trans women are not women. As a woman, I'm offended by the idea that anyone thinks they know what it is to be a woman if they are not a woman.
The update clarified discrimination against gender identity is also banned. The group Moms for Liberty sued, and a federal judge in Kansas ordered an injunction blocking the rules from being enforced in schools where children of Moms for Liberty members are enrolled. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
Hundreds of thousands without power this morning on the Gulf Coast after now Tropical Storm Francine crashed ashore as a Category 2 storm Wednesday. News Nation's Nancy Liu.
Now, the power outages, they are widespread throughout the Gulf Coast. Nearly 400,000 without electricity in Louisiana alone. Francine came ashore late in the afternoon. It was quick to cause a lot of flash flooding, the system dumping torrents of rain on the region for several hours, impacting Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama.
Francine already making its way toward the inland area of Tennessee.
World leaders are growing concerned the war in Ukraine is reaching a critical point.
In Poland, the talk is about whether the U.S.-led alliance should allow Ukraine to fire Western missiles deep into Russia. Earlier in Kyiv, Secretary Blinken.
From day one, as you've heard me say, we have adjusted and adapted as needs have changed, as the battlefield has changed. And I have no doubt that we'll continue to do that as this evolves.
Recently, his Russian counterpart warned, be careful in this regard. You're playing with fire. Tom Rivers, ABC News at the Foreign Desk.
Coming up, working to crack cold cases in southeast Wisconsin. Citing Unlimited, WTMJ News Time 6:05.
When you have a stuffy nose, life can be a bit unpleasant. Some live every day with a stuffy nose, and that can make life downright miserable. I'm Dr. Madan Kandula with Advent, where we are committed to eliminating your nasal breathing problems with simple in-office procedures like balloon sinuplasty, which requires no surgical cuts, little to no downtime, and can have you breathing better in less than 30 minutes. At Advent, we understand your inability to breathe freely limits your quality of life. And that's why we continue to pioneer the most advanced in-office procedures that have made our practice a global destination for those seeking to live their highest quality of life. Visit AdventKnows.com to see if you're a candidate for the balloon sinuplasty procedure. Because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.
Breathe well with simple solutions. Breathe well with simple solutions. AdventKnows.com.
Results may vary.
Give your home a beautiful makeover with help from Menards. Update your room with flooring from Tarkat. From easy-to-install sheet vinyl, waterproof vinyl plank, to durable laminate flooring, Tarkat has the perfect style for you. Tidal Wave laminate flooring with its beautiful, realistic hardwood design is waterproof, making it the ideal choice for active households. Stop in today to shop our wide selection of Tarkat flooring options, or visit Menards.com for more great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
Woo! Hey, this is Ben Brust from Kyle Brust and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin. People can't stop screaming about the Screamin' Sicilian frozen pizza, and no wonder. There's plenty to scream about, like the buttery stone-fired crust, secret recipe tomato sauce, mounds of whole milk mozzarella, and tons of premium toppings. Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's freezer and find out for yourself why Sport called Screamin' Sicilian's Holy Pepperoni Frozen Pizza the best of the best. Screamin' Sicilian. Taste what all the screamin' is about.
Don't let a cold, sinus infection, or allergies ruin your day. Breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier with Navage. Visit Navage.com, Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, or a store near you.
Get your rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval to buy at ACCUNET.com.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:07.
Brewers boat raced in San Francisco, yet still gained ground in their
we
effort
have
to
good
clinch.
news, yeah.
We've got that at 6:15 in sports.
Decision Wisconsin, the Democratic vice presidential nominee heading to Wisconsin tomorrow. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz will campaign in Wausau on Friday.
Marking 50 years with a reunion of art, Milwaukee Institute of Art and Design celebrating its 50th anniversary with special exhibits.
Attended the college in the 70s up until recent. We'll have that work on view, and we'll also actually have an exhibition from emeriti faculty. So folks who taught at the college for many, many years who are either still living or we have works from them right now in our collection.
That's Monica Miller from MyAd. Another milestone this year, the college's first year of its off-site gallery, MyAd at the Avenue.
An international cold case expert is coming to Milwaukee next month. It's part of a show at the Pabst Theater. And while he's here, he's hoping he can help local law enforcement.
People don't solve murders. It's teams solve murders. What I'm hoping to do while I'm there is just share, some of maybe some lessons we've learned in other places.
Retired NCIS Special Agent Joe Kennedy spent 28 years investigating murders around the world. He's solved hundreds of cases. Kennedy tells Wisconsin's Midday News he hopes to crack even more when he takes his new tour, Cold Case Live, on the road.
I'm sure some folks are going to show up with their own cold cases that they're familiar with from their local neighborhoods or communities. And what I'm hoping to do is we generate enough interest that perhaps someone comes forward with that little bit of information or that overlooked clue, and it leads to a solved case.
Jessica Tai, WTMJ.
We'll get to it. Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:09.
This report is sponsored by Diamonds Direct. Your love, their passion.
You know Diamonds Direct for their exquisite diamonds and fine jewelry. What about luxury watches? With a hand-picked collection by the industry's top timepiece experts, skip the waiting list and get the timepiece you've been eyeing right away. And this month only, enjoy 0% interest for 5 years on all the top brands. Imagine owning a $15,000 luxury watch for just $250 a month. Spread your payments over 5 years with 0 interest on approved credit. Diamonds Direct, where you can shop direct for diamonds and watches.
This is Matt Meitner, owner of Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Do you find yourself talking to your dog but feel like she's not listening to you?
Bella, sit!
Are you constantly repeating yourself but she's not following your directions?
Sit! Sit!
Frustrating, isn't it? At Sit Means Sit Dog Training, we want to help you have a happy, confident, and obedient dog, and we also want to make the training process an enjoyable and worthwhile experience. Contact Sit Means Sit today to schedule a free consultation so we can create a customized training program so you are able to have the dog you want and deserve.
Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Sorry, we don't train husbands, wives, or kids.
Delicious boneless, skinless chicken breasts are on sale this week at Sendix for just $3.99 per pound. Sendix, your trusted local grocer.
Traffic sponsored by Sendix Food Market, your trusted local grocer since 1926. Debbie?
All right, still looking pretty good out there right now. We're not seeing really any delays. The only thing out there that I see is a broken down vehicle westbound 94 right about at Mitchell Boulevard, but it's out of traffic, so we're not seeing any issues with that. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast for today, sunny, hazy with some clouds building in late. Temperatures in the low 80s at the lakefront, mid 80s farther inland. Mostly cloudy tonight with lows dipping back into the mid 60s, and the clouds from the remnants of Francine arriving for the weekend. Mostly cloudy Friday, Saturday, highs in the upper 70s. Slight chance of a shower Sunday and Monday. We'll hold on to the cloud cover with highs near 80 degrees. I'm meteorologist Brendan Johnson with the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
6:11 on Wisconsin's Morning News and 60 degrees.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here's Erik Bilstad and Vince Vitrano.
Is that a touchdown celebration? Cheering for a home run?
No, that's a space celebration right there. SpaceX Polaris, the Dawn crew, is out. The first historic commercial spacewalk happening as we speak. Surreal images, the crystal clear video of these first, just one astronaut so far climbing out of the capsule as they orbit the Earth. Pretty neat.
Live picture right now, the astronaut is full torso, actually almost out to the knees in space, tethered to the spacecraft by just a little line, right? But hanging on pretty tight.
Umbilical.
Not moving super fast either. Kind of taking it a little easy out there. I'm sure it's a little different.
Keep an eye on the spacewalk as it continues through the morning. I want to tell you about a local connection to the story you heard at the top of the hour news out of Madison, as authorities are searching for a suspected arsonist believed to have set 3 fires just blocks from the Capitol, including one to a home. Well, it's kind of like a home that was converted into apartments where 6 UW-Madison students were staying. Madison Fire on the scene early Wednesday morning.
We had Madison Metro here to give them shelter, and we're working on further arrangements for housing at this time.
Well, those further arrangements not going great, and that's kind of the rest of the story here. The young ladies, at least one from our area, report in a post to their GoFundMe page that they awoke to fire in the home 5 o'clock in the morning Wednesday. Everybody got out okay, but the house is not livable. And, quote, due to the complexities of UW housing, we have been permanently displaced. We have been tirelessly searching for a new place to live, but so far, rental agencies haven't been able to offer us a lease. Right, you're a few weeks into the school year, right?
Oh, man.
Everything's been rented.
Right.
And also, how do you turn on a dime? And, oh, by the way, you got class today.
Yeah, right. And a bunch of your stuff is probably gone.
And Alabama's coming on Saturday, right? Think about what you should be thinking about, right? As a young college student. One of the young ladies, I believe she's from Franklin. I know her dad. He called me yesterday and said she's pretty much lost everything. So there's all of that, your books and stuff, your clothes, all of that they have to deal with as well. Just imagine as a parent, hard enough having your kids away at school, right, and worrying about them. But now wondering, where is my daughter going to live? And how do I help clean up that mess? On the suspect, authorities believe this is a guy who started a couple of dumpster fires in addition to this home or apartments now, and they are looking for someone whom they're calling a person of interest. His picture is up online, along with coverage of our story here, as well as the GoFundMe page for the young Badgers if you want to help them. Text FIRE to our WTMJ Talk and Text line, 855-616-1620, and we can send you the link with all of that information. The word is FIRE to 855-616-1620. Speaking of fires or dumpster fires, it was one for sure in San Francisco for the Brewers.
We have good news. That story next.
Get the help you need Saturday morning with How To Radio. At 7, it's the WTMJ Fix-It Show with David Nason, featuring this week's guest, Guthrie and Fry Water Conditioning. At 9, plan your dream vacation with the Fox World Travel Show. Yet at 10, get financial guidance during Money Talk. Contact Annex Wealth Management for an unbiased review of your investments at annexwealth.com. How To Radio, Saturday mornings on WTMJ.
Vince Vitrano here for Connect Chiropractic, and I've been going to see Dr. Alex Young and his team for more than a year now. My neck, back, shoulder, already feeling so much better, but these docs can fix a lot more than that. I was visiting with a local mom. She started taking her 2-year-old son to see Dr. Alex for, among other things, constipation and eczema. Not things traditionally you would think you seek out chiropractic care for. But she tried meds. Nothing seemed to be working, so she gave this a shot. Now, regular adjustments at Connect Chiropractic cleared those things up for her son. And mom was so impressed, she and her other son are now themselves in care with Connect Chiropractic. It's no twisting, no cracking, no popping, so no concerns there with the kids. Docs use a special tool for all of the adjustments. It's pain-free and effective. You can stop out and visit them. They love getting out in the community. See them in Wauwatosa, West Allis, Waukesha, and Pewaukee at the farmers markets, or get started now online at Go Connect Chiro. That's goconnectchiro.com.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
Well, you can't win all of them. Oh, okay. Yeah, yes.
That's called for.
So the Brewers fall to the Giants 13-2. I think was the final on that one. It really doesn't matter. They gave up 8 runs in 2 innings.
Mike Yastrzemski reaches down and hits a sweeper out of the ballpark for a 3-run homer. 8-0 San Francisco.
All right, so it was 8-0 after 2 innings. So if anything, you got to go to bed early. But even the Giants PA guy knew it was a boat race. Listen to this Yastrzemski homer again. Vince, listen closely here. You'll hear it.
2-2 coming. Line to right. This one is trouble. It is
right
way
here.
back and gone.
Listen right here. They played the horn. That guy played a boat horn on us. That's what they do over there. Yeah. Okay, an absolute cannonballing. Colin Ray struggled. 4 innings, 10 runs. He falls to 12-5 for the season. Now, there is some good news, believe it or not. The Cubs also lost to the Dodgers. So that means we have a new magic number to clinch the NL Central despite the Brewers losing. What do we got, Pancake?
Well, that'd be 8, Eric.
All right, 8, our new magic number. Same teams tonight right here on WTMJ.
Which is all well and good, but you don't want to back in here. Like, we got to start playing better.
Agreed. They don't usually lose this way, though. I mean, it's
a rarity to be blown out. Yes. Had a few. It is Thursday today. Last time we saw Packers quarterback Jordan Love, he was getting helped off the field in Sao Paulo, Brazil. What looked like in the moment could be a season-ending injury turned out to be less severe, of course. How much less severe? Still an open question as we're just days away from the Packers' next game.
You left the door open for Jordan on one day. Is that door any more or less open here today?
I'd say it's pretty open.
It's pretty open. Packers head coach Matt LaFleur on Wednesday still not ruling Love out for Sunday's game.
Our guys have done a great job with him, Flea and Nate and all our athletic trainers, our strength staff. But at the same time, like I told you guys, he's got to be cleared. We got to feel like he can protect himself, and he's got to be confident enough to go out there and do that. Until that happens, then we're not even going to think about that.
So most docs, without specific knowledge, in fairness, of the injury to Love, suggest an MCL sprain will keep him off the field for at least a couple of weeks. But
nothing is a line. Everything, everywhere, is always moving, forever.
So if it's not Love, it will be newly acquired backup Malik Willis, who's taken the majority of snaps in practice with the number 1 offense. LaFleur saying Sean Clifford also getting some work there. Packers and Colts, noon kick on Sunday at Lambeau Field. You're not buying any of this. Well, I don't know.
It's exhausting sometimes. Like,
say he's out.
Yes, that way we're not like maybe thinking, hoping.
Are the Colts not really preparing for Malik Willis? But whatever, this is the game that we play.
Yeah, you're right.
6:19 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Coming up, 1982 all over again.
Tony Drake here from Drake & Associates. Big news. Our retirement-ready radio show is moving to a new time slot. Catch us at noon every Saturday. At Drake & Associates, we craft tailor-made plans that not only meet your financial needs, but align seamlessly with your unique lifestyle. Tune in at noon on Saturdays and get retirement ready.
Drake & Associates, LLC is an independent investment advisory firm that offers a variety of different investment vehicles. This commercial is provided for informational purposes only and should not be construed as individual investment advice. Drake & Associates, LLC does not provide legal or tax advice.
Sure hope they gave my guys a call. Vince Vitrano here for Johnson & Sons Paving. Was just at a meeting with another one of our fabulous WTMJ partners. And the owner of this business, he asked me, who's that paving company I hear you talk about all the time? Johnson & Sons Paving. Of course, I told him, and he asked for a referral because he's got a big old parking lot. And I can't remember if he was looking for a full repave or he just needed a seal coat. But either way, he had gotten a couple of quotes from some other companies, and he didn't like the math on either of them. Also wasn't thrilled about the timeline on their project. Johnson & Sons Paving is local. They're a family-owned company. They would love to earn your business. They do the work better because the family name is right there on the company. They do the work faster because they do it all in-house, including mixing their own asphalt. So it's their trucks, it's their asphalt. No worries about supply chain issues. You give them a call for a no-obligation estimate. Tell them Vinny sent you. Asphalt and concrete. Plenty of Johnsons over there. No subcontractors. JohnsonandSonsPaving.com.
When you need to sell quickly, choose Grandview to buy your home, even if it's less than perfect. Don't waste time and money on finding a real estate agent and dealing with showings. We'll buy your home completely as is. No repairs, not even a clean out. Grandview Homes gives you an offer in hours, and we close on the day you choose in as little as 10 days with no closing costs. Visit GrandviewHomes.com for your fair cash offer today. Grandview Homes, the fastest and easiest way to sell your home.
Uline is here for the hard workers, for the ones rolling up their sleeves, working round the clock, and getting the job done. You're dedicated to doing what it takes to keep a business growing. Uline is dedicated to helping you make that happen. Working 7 days a week, staying fully stocked and ready to ship any of our 41,000 items the same day. Uline, your shipping and industrial supply specialists. Visit uline.com.
From removing unwanted clutter or junk to full-service residential or commercial cleanouts, get a free same-day estimate at twomenandajuncktruck.com. Keep what you love, ditch what you don't.
622, Debbie Lozga, sponsored by Two Men in a Junk Truck. Keep what you love, Debbie. Ditch what you don't.
I will ditch what I don't want. There we go. Right now, we've got an accident on the ramp from 84th Street to 894 westbound. It is off on the right side, right at the end of the ramp from 84th Street. So if you are going to be merging on, just keep an eye out for that at the end of the ramp. Other than that, we've actually got a pretty good ride as far as volume is concerned, and delays. We really don't have any at the moment. Definitely seeing the building volume, but no delays just yet, knock on wood. I'm Debbie Loziga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
As for your forecast today, sunny, hazy, some clouds later on, a high of 85. Tonight, cloudy, a low of 66. Friday, more clouds and some filtered sunshine, a high of 78. Looks mostly dry through the weekend as well. Right now it's 6:23. It's 59 degrees.
In theaters now, Just a Bit Outside.
Just a bit outside.
The story of the 1982 Milwaukee Brewers.
Everybody loves their hometown team, but there is something different in Milwaukee.
Don Sutton said it best. He said every player should have the privilege of playing in Milwaukee.
81, 82, there was a recession going on. We knew that the people were hurting. We were trying to give them something that they could hang on to.
And, here we go.
Here we go. It was a blue carpet VIP world premiere Wednesday for this documentary at the Marcus Majestic Cinema in Brookfield. I was privileged to attend and got to see the film. It was really good. I mean, spoiler alert, the Brewers lost in Game 7.
Yeah.
Cardinals. But man, there were stories that I hadn't heard, and to listen to some of these guys, some of it's emotion, some of it's the feel of the city and all that stuff, and a lot of it is what happened game by game, and in some cases pitch by pitch. The recall of these guys about exactly how things played out was so fascinating. Most of that 82 team was back together and loving it. Vince Vitrano here at the Marcus Majestic Cinema in Brookfield on the blue carpet for the premiere of Just a Bit Outside, the story of the 1982 Milwaukee Brewers. Everybody's here. Talking with Mike Caldwell, most likely to hit the buffet hard tonight.
Jimmy Gantner.
Jimmy, really?
Yeah, Jimmy
But
Gantner.
He wears it well. He looks great.
He does. Matter of fact, he looks better than he did last time I saw him.
Talking with number 17, Jim Gantner. Who are you most anxious to see, who you hadn't seen in a while?
I guess our last reunion, Vukovic wasn't here, so it's great to see Vuki here tonight. And
you're too young here to know Jim Gantner.
No, I've met him a couple times, but I wasn't able to see him play. But he's definitely been one of my favorites, growing up. So.
How do you like that, Jim?
Thank you very much. Oh, yeah. I had to pay that guy. So.
This guy here has got a World Series 1982 pennant. Cardinals Brewers. You bought it at County Stadium?
Yes, I did. I went to the ball game with my dad. Got my first autographs on it today.
Wow, and you're doing pretty well here. I see Paulie Molitor. Who else we got?
Well, I got Caldwell, Gantner, Gorman Thomas, Jimmy Slayton, Cecil Cooper.
Coop's here? Where's Coop? Number 15, Cecil Cooper. Coop, can I tell you something? You were the first guy when I was at the ballpark that I had to ask, how come they always booing Coop?
Well, I thought they were booing me too.
They're not saying boo, they're saying Coop.
Yeah, well, boo, boo, boo. I don't know where it came from, but I liked it.
Yeah, Raleigh Fingers signing autographs, just like always.
Always. You worry when they stop asking.
Yeah. How's that feel today?
Good. Feel good. Yeah. Having a good time.
Greg Marcus here at his Majestic Cinema. Hey, you want to sneak into Twisters?
I was just saying, that summer, I was a vendor at County Stadium.
Do we still see you on the trailer? Are you going to come up eating popcorn?
I don't know. I hope so.
I hope so. It's your house. This lady's brought, 4x4 blown up pic of Robin Yount on the motorcycle. Who do you got to get signed yet?
Just Gantner yet. And Jukovic, it was signed by Robin Yount originally, so it was hanging up in our bar called Zim's, and Robin Yount walked in and saw his picture and said, well, I think I want to sign it. So he signed it, and now I'm helping collect the rest of the signatures of the 1982 games.
Talking with Brewers great Charlie Moore. How about getting the band back together?
Everybody looks pretty good. Yeah. I mean, they walk a little bit slower and all that, but the guys for their age now, I imagine all of us are close to 70. So, yeah, I think everybody looks great.
Here with David Gruber. Let's go sneak into Beetlejuice, right?
What? Go sneak into Beetlejuice?
Yeah. What else we got? We got Alien here tonight?
I don't know. You're talking about this. I was talking about the 69 Mets before. It's supposed to be a baseball night.
Round of applause for Commissioner Emeritus Bud Selig and founding owner of the Brewers. Talking with Brewers great Cecil Cooper, first baseman. Your name is not often mentioned in some of the crazy party stories. Were you in there with those guys, or did they out-party you?
I was there, but I was kind of like the guy on the corner watching, in the background.
Keep me out of it.
In the background.
Talking with Mike Caldwell. Mike, are there any stories that you hadn't heard, like when you all get together?
Well, none that I'm going to tell you, but...
So there are stories I haven't heard, is that right?
We repeat a lot of them, but there are some good ones.
The film is just a bit outside. It's screening at Marcus Theaters across southeast Wisconsin. Limited showings today and then all over starting tomorrow. News about your money this morning. WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Dow Jones Industrial Average closed at 40,862. That was up 125 points. NASDAQ at 17,396, up more than 2%. And the S&P 500 up about 56 to 55.54. Get an honest opinion of where you are financially and where you're headed. Work with a fee-only fiduciary. Start at annexwealth.com.
I'm Kamala Harris. Here's a few things I believe. Middle-class families, like the one I grew up in, they want common sense solutions. You want lower prices and lower taxes. I believe you want to just not get by, but you want to get ahead. We must create an opportunity economy where everyone has a chance to get a car loan, buy a home, start a business. And I believe we can make that happen.
Kamala Harris's plan? Bring down costs by cracking down on corporate price gougers. Make homeownership more affordable for families. A middle-class tax cut for 100 million Americans. And make sure billionaires and big corporations pay their fair share so you can keep more of the money you've earned.
Instead of being focused on the politics of the past, we need to be thinking about the future and how we make it better for families like yours. I'm Kamala Harris, candidate for president, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Harris for President.
I'd rather ride a bike with my kids.
Faster! I'd rather play catch with my dog than catch pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20 pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. If you are 19 or older with certain chronic conditions like heart disease or asthma, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
I'd rather race for some ice cream. Let's go!
Schedule your vaccination today at Prevnar20.com.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston.
Dragon SpaceX, super backup sensors, repeat HUD checks.
Far above the Earth, the first civilian spacewalk happening right now. Billionaire Jared Isaacman emerging from a SpaceX capsule, followed by a SpaceX engineer. Spacewalks have only included professional astronauts before. Tropical storm Francine coming ashore along the Louisiana coast as a Category 2 hurricane. Over 400,000 power outages. State of emergency declared in Los Angeles and San Bernardino counties because of wildfires in California. More legal trouble for Sean Diddy Combs.
In a new lawsuit, Don Richard, who is a member of the Combs-formed group Danity Kane, accuses him of terrorizing and sexually abusing her for years. Richard said Combs deprived basic needs such as adequate food and sleep, keeping some of her earnings and subjecting her to years of inhumane working conditions, which included groping, assault, and false imprisonment.
ABC's Andrea Fujii. This is ABC News.
Well, problems on 894 westbound, right at the end of the 84th Street on-ramp. We've got an accident there. So that ramp right now is blocked off, as is the right lane of westbound 894. So that means you've only got about, well, actually, no, you've got a couple of lanes to work with, but it is going to be a bit of a bottleneck through there. So give yourself some extra time if you do have to go through there. Otherwise, westbound and eastbound 94 looking pretty good. So is 41 and 43. Both directions on either one of those roads looking really good. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
High of 85 degrees under sunny and a bit hazy skies. A little bit cooler near Lake Michigan. Mostly cloudy overnight with a low down to 66. Right now, Milwaukee at 60. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, Madison police asking for help identifying a person of interest in a dumpster fire, possibly connected to 2 additional downtown fires. Detectives say a garbage dumpster. Someone set it on fire near Johnson and State early Wednesday morning. Another fire minutes later. And then a third fire near Washington Avenue and Bassett Street. 6 UW-Madison students, 4 of them from our area, living there, have been put out of their home. Home sustained $500,000 in damage. A photo of the suspect and more information on how to help those local students is available online at WTMJ.com. Text the word FIRE to 855-616-1620.
Also in Madison.
In general, the largest sections of the capital budget are street infrastructure and engineering projects.
Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway on the priorities for the 2025 capital budget. She admits there are challenges.
Every year, the cost of doing business here in the city of Madison increase more than the state legislature will let us increase our revenues.
2025 proposed capital budget is a little bit more than $12 million lower than the 2024 budget.
Decision, Wisconsin, more than 38 million people with disabilities are eligible to vote in this country in November, but access barriers make voting easier said than done. Although the Help America Vote Act of 2002 has helped accessibility at the polls, Disability Rights Wisconsin says they've got more work to do.
That might not be the top concern on their mind, but making sure that we reach those people that might want to vote in a situation where they're living in a residential facility. We want to make sure we're doing that, and we're working with staff to get that done.
It's Anna Anderson behind the effort, says they're also working on outreach to previously incarcerated individuals who are now eligible to vote.
New scam alert for Washington County. The sheriff's office says the latest threats to residents are coming via email. Scammers are threatening to release sensitive information or install malware on electronic devices if nearly $2,000 ransom isn't paid to those they're emailing. Officers remind the public, do not send funds to anyone you don't know and report threats immediately to police.
Waukesha County Executive Paul Farrow announcing he's been diagnosed with a rare form of cancer.
I'm going to be facing a journey like many people have. Unfortunately, mine will be a little more public because of the position. I'm still going to be at the desk. I'm still going to be working as hard as I can. My appearance may be changing a little bit, but the attitude won't.
The county executive got that diagnosis a few weeks ago after undergoing multiple examinations, has already started chemotherapy, says he plans to stay in office while receiving that treatment.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:35.
Traffic sponsored by Holtebeck Eye Center in Brookfield. Visit holtebeck.com.
Holtebeck Eye Center in Brookfield is excited to welcome Dr. Nausheen Abbas to their team. Dr. Abbas is an ophthalmologist and cornea specialist. Learn more at holtebeck.com.
Coming up, Taylor Talks.
With an ever-changing inventory, you never know what great bargains you're going to be able to find at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores. It makes shopping fun because the best finds are the ones you had no idea you'd even come across. And when they're at thrift store prices, it feels good. And it feels even better to know you're helping us help others. Shop St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul. Don't think twice. Call Geis.
Since 1955, Geis has been the trusted garage authority in Wisconsin. Hey, don't let a busted garage door get you down. Call my friends at Geis today. With brands like CHI and LiftMaster, they have doors for every budget. They'll even build custom designs to meet your exact needs. For swift and reliable garage repair solutions, go to geisdoors.com. You can also visit their amazing showroom in Brookfield featuring hundreds of doors and openers and their custom design room.
Don't think twice. Call Geis.
Get started with your no-hassle refi checkup by clicking on the blue button at AccuNet.com.
Our goal is to provide patients with the strongest, most effective, and safest options in this exciting field of regenerative medicine.
Dr. Mitchell Scheinkup, National Medical Director at QC Kinetics.
The idea that you can avoid a joint replacement is very exciting.
And that's from a surgeon who's done thousands of joint replacements, but who now believes there's a better way.
Regenerative medicine, as we understand it today, gives lasting pain relief, improved function, without surgery, without drugs.
Under Dr. Scheinkup's leadership, QC Kinetics medical professionals treat patients every day with the most advanced protocols in natural biologics. Literally tens of thousands of people all over America.
I've been doing research on regenerative medicine for 2 decades. This is the future of medicine.
Call QC Kinetics for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:37.
Brewers lose yet gain ground in their quest for a playoff berth. We've got sports at 6:45.
Another milestone for pop star Taylor Swift, who topped a Beyonce record at the MTV Video Music Awards on Wednesday night. She had 7 wins, so now she has the most VMAs of all time. She's got 30. She and Post Malone accepted an award during the VMA telecast for their song they put together, Fortnite. She paid tribute to the victims of 9/11 since it came on the anniversary.
I've just been thinking about what happened 23 years ago, everyone who lost a loved one and everyone that we lost. And that is the most important thing about today. And everything that happens tonight falls behind that.
She also brought up some of the news she had made earlier in the day, a new endorsement, but didn't mention the VP by name.
There is a very clear reason why Post Malone is everyone in music's favorite person.
Okay, that's not the... that's
she endorsed Post Malone for the White House.
No, that's not the one we're looking for.
The fact that this is a fan-voted award and you voted for this, I appreciate it so much. And if you are over 18, please register to vote for something else that's very important coming up. The 2024 presidential election.
By the way, here's why that's important. Some would say, well, who cares who she endorses for president? And that's likely true. Is it going to really sway a mind? Who knows? But it is going to bring more people to the table because they already said that hundreds of thousands of people clicked on the voting registration link that she posted on her socials.
Taylor told me to vote, so I will.
Yeah. So if anything, at least is bringing awareness. So you can say, oh, it's not going to affect someone's mind, but it is going to be somewhat of a game changer.
I appreciate she gets to have a message, and it wasn't overtly political.
Sure.
Right? So she got a little political with it. Wouldn't stand up there cracking on people. That's what exhausts people from some of these, award shows. Do the kids watch the videos anymore?
The VMAs?
Right. No, do they watch videos? Oh. Like everybody does a video, but
they pop up on social, like Spotify. There is video when you listen to music on your phone now that you can look at it. It's like kind of loops, and there's some GIFs in there and different things.
In my day, Thriller was a long video. It was almost 15 minutes.
Speaking of music, a very special everyday hero this week. That's next.
Sometimes life's challenges leave you feeling alone. We all need someone who understands and listens without judgment. That's what the 988 Wisconsin Lifeline is for. 988 is free and confidential. Trained counselors are ready to listen and provide support 24/7 for mental health and substance use concerns. You can contact 988 for yourself or for someone you know. Don't wait. Call or text 988 or chat online at 988wisconsin.org. 988 24/7. Call, text, chat. Here to support you.
Brought to you by the Wisconsin Department of Health Services.
Last guy you had out the house said you need a new furnace or air conditioner, and you don't like the quote you got? Vince Vitrano for Your Comfort Guys. Absolute Comfort, HVAC, and electrical. But tell you about the great service I've had with Nicole and Brent, family-owned Absolute Comfort over the last year. Really good people. Just had them over here the other day, and Brent was telling me oftentimes when he's in somebody's house, they'll ask, well, what would you do? And this is where trust is so important. This is where if you trust me, believe me when I say I trust Brent and his son Drew, wife Nicole, to treat me like their family, what would you do? Answer is going to be from the heart, not from a guy trying to sell you the most expensive fix or a new unit. If Brent can fix it, he's going to fix it. And if he says it's shot and you do need something new, he's going to get you the best price on your parts, service, or a whole new HVAC unit. Absolute Comfort, HVAC, and electrical. Tell him Vinny sent you. 262-664-9284. Your Comfort Guys. That's yourcomfortguys.com.
After a serious crash with a semi-truck, everything can change instantly. Your future
your family's future, your quality of life. That's why knowledge and results matter in big truck cases. And not all law firms have the know-how or the resources to handle these complicated cases. At Gruberg Law Offices, we have the experience it takes to make sure you're protected. And there's never a fee until we win your case. Gruberg Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Hey, John Mercure here for Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. Their mission is to transform the culture of care. They specialize in caring for those with early to late stage Alzheimer's or other related dementia symptoms, memory care issues. It's Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. I've been in their places. I love how they deal with people. It's about compassion and empathy at Azura. Kindness is at their core. 14 locations from the Mississippi to Lake Michigan, 4 here in the Milwaukee area. Wisconsin-based and family-owned. It's about kindness and care. It's Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living.
Delicious boneless, skinless chicken breasts are on sale this week at Sendik's for just $3.99 per pound. Sendik's, your trusted local grocer.
Traffic sponsored by Sendik's Food Market, your trusted local grocer since 1926. What's happening, Deb?
Yep, trouble on 894 westbound. We've got an accident right at the end of the 84th Street on-ramp to westbound. And along with the ramp being closed off, so is the right lane of the main line. So that's got backups all the way back to the Mitchell Interchange along Slow Crawl. So maybe avoid 894 this morning. Westbound 94 just starting to get a little bit heavier from 35th Street all the way to about Mitchell Boulevard. Everything else seems to be rolling along pretty well. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast for today, sunny, hazy with some clouds building in later in the day. Temperatures topping out in the low 80s at the lakefront, mid 80s a bit farther inland. Clouds around tonight with lows dipping back into the mid 60s, and the remnants of Francine arriving into Wisconsin through the weekend, but we'll really hold off on those rain chances. Mostly cloudy Friday and Saturday, highs in the upper 70s, and a slight chance for a couple of showers. Sunday and Monday, still cloudy with highs near 80 degrees. I'm meteorologist Brendan Johnson with the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Milwaukee temp at 60 degrees.
We do it every Thursday. We recognize and honor an everyday hero. An everyday hero is when Wisconsin's Morning News celebrates an average John or Jane Doe who had no idea when they got up one morning that they would be saving a life. And sometimes it's not just an average John or Jane Doe. It could be a celebrity John or Jane Doe. Everyday Hero, sponsored by Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living, transforming the culture of care. Today, Vince, we head to Nashville. John Bon Jovi is being said to have convinced a desperate woman not to jump off a bridge. He was shooting a music video on a pedestrian bridge this week. There's video of this. It's actually quite dramatic. And he noticed a woman standing on the ledge outside of the railing. So he was shooting this video or doing whatever they're doing, looked over, and she's on the outside of the railing, looking down, thinking, processing, clearly in a moment of struggle. And he stopped the shoot. John Bon Jovi approached the woman along with a member of the production team and persuaded the woman to take his hand. Now, we have no idea if she knew who he was or not. I don't think that's the point here. But she did agree. They were able to get her back over, and she is now in the hospital getting treatment. Nashville police praising John Bon Jovi and his team for realizing what was happening and for that selfless effort. How about that?
Well, and how about for dude to go over there himself instead of be like, hey, somebody go check on that lady.
Yeah,
I'll be in my trailer.
Somebody go do that. No,
right?
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. He did it. And here's the best part. She's going to be all right. And we have video of it. You can see it. If you want to, what's the word we got? Hero? If you text the word hero, we do have a link to the video. 855-616-1620. You don't recognize the woman. Don't worry. There's nothing sensationalized about this. It's just a surveillance video of him walking over with this production staff. But how about that? Thank you, John Bon Jovi, for, yes, realizing the moment. And by the way, we should always mention there is a call line that you can call if you have struggles. 988 is the number. Use it. Everyday Hero, sponsored by Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living, transforming the culture of care.
Bank 5-9 has a mission to make lives better. That mission extends beyond their customers and communities to their employees. Bank 5-9 was just honored again by the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel as a top workplace. That makes 15 years in a row. In fact, they were named the #1 midsize employer in the region and earned special recognition for the company's overall direction. Want to learn more about working with the great people at Bank 59? Visit bank59.com/careers. Equal Opportunity Employer, member FDIC.
Hey, don't let the warm temperatures fool ya. Hi, everybody. Debbie Lazaga here for Hall Volkswagen. And even though Mount Nature's still got some nice days in her, we are unerringly moving towards the fall and a whole new set of adventures to do. From the kids going to do all their stuff to all of your own errands and stuff. Wouldn't it be nice to not have to worry about your car and how safe it is and if it's going to run well? That's where my friends at Hall Volkswagen come in. They've got the whole 2024 lineup from Volkswagen. In that lineup, you'll find the signature IQ Drive, giving you peace of mind. Along with that, you get 5 years of included CarNet Safe and Secure services. That's where you can lock your car, find out where you parked it, and even remotely start your car just by using your VW app on your phone. You got to check these out for yourself, and all you have to do is head down to Blue Mound Road in Brookfield to Hall Volkswagen, where it's Hall good.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
2 words, really, can describe the Brewers last night.
Boat race. Don't say it, no.
Well, there are 2 other words.
Barrel roll.
Well, yes, okay, and there's also boat horn. Yeah, okay, all of it, yes.
What did you call it, cannonballed?
They got cannonballed. Brewers fall to the Giants 13-2. This game was never even close.
Mike Yastrzemski reaches down and hits a sweeper out of the ballpark for a 3-run homer. 8-0 San Francisco.
That was the second inning. Colin Ray.
That was inning 2.
Code Red really struggled. 4 innings, 10 runs. He falls to 12-5. Yeah, he's been, this isn't a good thing to happen, of course, but I guess the good news is we all got to go to bed a little bit earlier than normal. So here's the interesting part about it. Jake Bauers had to pitch. And how about this? He got a K.
3-2 pitch. Struck him out swinging. Jake Bauers got his first big league K, and he keeps the baseball. Atta baby Jake.
So we
what a great highlight.
Had that going for us. Of course, he doesn't usually pitch, Murph.
That was his first strikeout ever. He's pitched like 6 times. It took him a while.
You look for stuff like that to lighten the mood, though, don't you?
You do.
Yeah, same teams tonight. We do have some really good news, though. Despite the loss, the Cubs also lost, which means magic number keeps going down.
Well, that'd be 8, Eric.
Yeah, thank you, Greg. The magic number now 8 to clinch the NL Central.
While not officially ruling out injured quarterback Jordan Love for Sunday's game, Packers head coach Matt LaFleur says newly acquired backup Malik Willis is taking most of the snaps with the #1 offense. Willis now about 3 weeks into the playbook with the Packers.
Pretty much around the clock since I got here. Yeah. That's the reality of this thing. You try to come in and be ready to go if you're called upon. And like you said, you just work each day, and that's it. That's all you can do. That's all you can control. You know what I mean?
You think he's been told, like, no, I'm just saying this. You're for sure starting on Sunday. Like, dude's out.
God, I hope so.
If not, like, how bad is that? Like, the guy's on one leg. Like, I can do this. Right? Seems like his mind is in the right place anyway. LaFleur conceding they may not trim back. They may have to trim back a little bit in their play calling, depending on what LaFleur sees in practice and how Malik study up with his, learning all the plays and then what he's good at as well. Packers and Colts, noon Sunday at Lambeau Field.
Atta baby Jake.
The National Weather Service has issued a tornado watch.
Go to a place of safety now. A tornado warning is in effect.
The danger in the thunderstorm alone is definitely there, with wind gusts where it's at 50 miles per hour and lots of lightning in the storm system.
Keeping you updated on the weather so you can keep you and your family safe with severe weather coverage on WTMJ. Sponsored by Fleet Farm, proudly serving the Midwest since 1955.
Tell them you want your yard looking as good as mine. Do you have a big old party over the summer, grad party, maybe something around Independence Day, barbecue at the house, and you realized you are not proud of your outdoor space? Yard looks a bit shaggy, tired landscaping, patio old or all beat up. Vince Vitrano for my partners at Great Lakes Landscape with so many options for you. If you still got a party coming up yet this fall, get them out to the yard. Maybe it's just trimming the flower beds, fresh mulch like we did at my house, adding some new shrubs or even perennials. Or if we're thinking big, paver patio, retaining wall, fire pit maybe. Do it now so it's ready to go when you start entertaining again in the spring and next summer. And with Great Lakes Landscape, you get an experienced consultant to draw up your dream plans with you and an expert crew to install it. And my team can still fit you in here at the end of the season, so you can enjoy your new yard into the fall and early next year. Great Lakes Landscape, that's GreatLakesLandscapeWI.com.
For over a century, local radio has evolved with the needs of the community. From politics to pop culture, we keep you informed, bringing you the most relevant news, online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
For love of the game.
But there's nothing like being selected to the Olympic team.
And love of their country.
Championship of that level, gold medal, means more.
Tune into Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus Audio Network. Inside stories from Buck stars on the agony and triumph of competing to win it all at the Olympics. It's Behind the Bucks, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and streaming wherever you get your podcasts.
From removing unwanted clutter or junk to full-service residential or commercial cleanouts, get a free same-day estimate at twomenandajuncktruck.com. Keep what you love, ditch what you don't.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Checking in with Debbie here at 652. Traffic sponsored by Two Men and a Junk Truck. Keep what you love, ditch what you don't.
Alrighty, westbound on 894, going to be a slow one right out of the Mitchell interchange all the way to 84th Street, where you will find an accident. It's at the end of the 84th Street on-ramp, and that ramp right now is still blocked, as well as the right lane on the main line. So that's why we got some big delays back through the construction zone all the way to the Mitchell interchange. Westbound 94 is backed up from 16th Street all the way through to Mitchell Boulevard. There's a broken down vehicle off on the right shoulder, but it's well out of traffic, not really causing that big of a deal. We do just have heavier volume through that area. Everything else right now is looking pretty good. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
By the way, if you want to see the spacewalk that's taking place right now, just text the word SPACE to 855-616-1620. We have a live feed. Pretty surreal stuff. The forecast, by the way, sponsored by Daydream Campaigning, where your comfort is their family's tradition. Going to be another nice one today, a high in the 80s. Tomorrow, filtered sunshine, still highs in the 80s. Going to be dry most of the weekend.
6:54 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Just told you in sports, it's going to be Malik Willis, barring the unforeseen, starting for the Green Bay Packers on Sunday. And we bring in ESPN's Jen Latta this morning. You've been doing some digging on our guy.
Well, just due diligence and whatnot. Talking to people
like
from
your job
Tennessee.
And
stuff. Yeah, reporting, as
right.
it were.
What do we know about him?
And, well, I'll tell you this. Folks affiliated with the Tennessee football team hope he starts week 3 when the Packers take on the Titans.
Oh, that's not a good sign.
Yeah, heck of an endorsement, huh? So here's what I got when I was talking to folks around the Tennessee program. He's a great kid, well-meaning and polite, soft-spoken.
I'm not interested in any of those 100%. Things right now.
But have you ever? Said. Are you familiar with the compliment sandwich?
Yes, right. Yes. However,
right. Hear me out. Struggles with football. That is an actual sentence I was given by someone who is familiar with his game. Struggles with football. Has issues diagnosing what is happening in front of him. Struggles to operate. Takes a lot of unnecessary sacks. He had never called plays in a huddle before he came to the NFL. The center for the Tennessee Titans, the center on the offensive line, guys, was calling plays for a stretch when Malik Willis was called into duty. He was telling the receivers where to go. He was calling the plays because Malik couldn't handle that. So Chewy always talks about how you can be a freak athlete, right? And by all accounts, guys, this kid has a cannon of an arm. Mm-hmm. He is an athlete. But if you struggle to process and diagnose what you're seeing out there, pre-snap, post-snap, because obviously things change, that's going to be a problem. So I think the Packers have a tall task of essentially hiding the quarterback on the field this weekend against the Colts.
I mean, you could even see it in the 2 plays that he took under center in the last game. He looked overwhelmed.
Summed up by, wah, wah,
oh, no.
Very good.
Okay, well, all right, let me play the role I don't usually play, which is that of optimist.
Yeah.
We had another guy who got thrust into a starting role who didn't know nothing about the offense or about whatever play was called.
You're comparing him to number 4?
He was just chucking the ball all over the place. I'm not yet, but I'm saying there's precedent for that. Brett got smarter over the years, but man, when he started, I mean, you were just glad the kid showed up.
Yeah, so look, you can always go, oh, well, maybe this person that Jen spoke to was an isolated incident, right? However, Ty Dunn, who is used to cover the Packers, now has a blog and a whole thing happening with football. He also polled NFL scouts. And I got to tell you guys, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 scouts in front of me that he collected. Bob McGinn, you guys are familiar with his work, collected their assessment of Malik Willis, and none of it is any better. So all I'm trying to do, this is not Jen being Debbie Downer. This is not Jen trying to pee in your Cheerios this morning. This is Jen telling you, this guy ain't it. And the Packers are stuck, again, with him behind center against the Colts at the very least. So I don't know if you want to use all your juju or your 11-11s or whatever it is over the next few days, but you should push that energy towards Jordan Love getting back on the field as soon as possible.
Hey, is LaFleur just messing with us, though, with the whole, I don't know. He's not
door's still
out,
open.
right?
Yeah, Love could still play.
He's messing with us,
I don't think Love is going to play this week, but I think they are crossing their fingers, crossing their toes, crossing their eyes that he is back out there against Tennessee week 3.
And we should be too. Thanks, Jen.
These are your business headlines from the Milwaukee Business Journal.
Microsoft bought another private property in Mount Pleasant this week as it continues amassing land for its $3.3 billion data center campus. This marks the 6th property in the area Microsoft has purchased in August and September, totaling 110 acres across those deals. The city of West Allis is pushing for a faster redevelopment of the former St. Aloysius Church on West Greenfield Avenue. The building has been vacant for 3 years and is owned by a developer who plans apartments on the site but hasn't yet moved forward. Eagle Park Brewing Company will start serving its distilled spirits at its Milwaukee tap room after new regulations allow it to do so. The state's alcohol licensing system previously barred breweries from selling wine or distilled spirits and vice versa. I'm Teddy Nykel with MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on News Radio WTMJ.
This report is sponsored by Connect Chiropractic, connecting you to true health. Located in Wauwatosa and Delafield.
Vince Vitrano here for Connect Chiropractic. Add a chiropractic screening to your kid's back-to-school checklist. Reed came to Connect Chiro at just 9 years old. Sleep issues, headaches, getting sick all the time. I talked with his mom. He's now getting better sleep, better attendance at school, better health since she put her son in the care of Dr. Alex Young and his team. Great for kids because these docs use a special tool for all the adjustments. No twisting, no cracking, no popping. In Delafield and Wauwatosa, go Connect Chiro. That's goconnectchiro.com.
This week's Home Improvement Showcase is brought to you by Ridgetop Exteriors, your exterior renovation experts.
Donald Trump's back, and he's out for control.
I would have every right to go after them.
Complete control.
I will wield that power very aggressively.
And he has a plan to get it.
Detailed plans for exactly what our movement will do.
It's called Project 2025, a 922-page blueprint to make Donald Trump the most powerful president ever. Overhauling the Department of Justice, giving Trump the unchecked power to seek vengeance, eliminating the Department of Education, and defunding K-12 schools, requiring the government to monitor women's pregnancies, and Trump has also proposed severe cuts to Medicare and Social Security. Those are Donald Trump's plans.
Well, revenge does take time, I will say that. And sometimes revenge can be justified.
He'll take control, we'll pay the price.
I'm Kamala Harris, candidate for president, and I approve this message. Paid for by Harris for President.
Protect mom's assets, protect your assets. Call Kraus Estate Planning, estateplanningpeople.com.
Breaking news as it happens. Stay up to date with your trusted and relevant source in news, sports, traffic, and weather. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
7:01. I'm Vince Vitrano. This is Wisconsin's Morning News. It's Thursday, September 12th. Our top story, 6 students trying to find a place to live after multiple fires in Madison.
I'm Erik Bilstad. History is happening right now off the planet.
I'm Debbie Lazaga. New troubles. Northbound 4394 got a broken down vehicle stuck in the left lane just as you're getting into the Marquette on the high-rise bridge. So we got backups all the way back to Lapham with that one. Westbound 894 is just going to be solid out of the Mitchell interchange all the way to 84th Street. There's an accident at the end of the on-ramp there, as well as the right lane block. So everybody has to try and merge over to the left. Westbound 94 heavy from 16th Street all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. Eastbound slowing down from 84th to about 68th Street. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Sunny and hazy today with clouds moving in late. It's otherwise a pretty nice day. High of 82 degrees at the lake, 85 your high temp inland, and then mostly cloudy tonight with a low down to 66. Milwaukee temp is dipped to 58. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, 6 UW-Madison students, 4 of them from our area originally, still looking for a place to stay, as authorities are looking for someone who may have deliberately set 3 fires in downtown Madison Wednesday.
The 3 fires started within 1 hour of each other, and police say they might be connected. First, a dumpster caught fire around 4:20 a.m. near Langdon and Henry Street. Then a second dumpster caught fire around 4:45 a.m. near Johnson and State Street. Later, a house caught fire around 5 a.m. near Washington Avenue and Bassett Street, leaving 6 UW-Madison students displaced. No one was injured. The home sustained an estimated $500,000 in damages. Police are asking for the public's help in identifying a person of interest. Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
For a photo of the suspect and link to the GoFundMe page to help those UW students, you can visit WTMJ.com or text the word FIRE to 855-616-1620.
For the first time in 8 months, the Housing Authority of the City of Milwaukee hears in person the concerns from residents who have complained for years of unlivable conditions on those properties.
I'm up all night long because they're crawling everywhere.
After the Housing Authority's first in-person meeting with residents since last winter, Hackham Vice Chairwoman Brooke Vandenberg explained why, despite the board's oversight of Director Willie Hines Jr., they haven't pushed back on the lack of in-person meetings.
It's a policy that typically we have given to the staff to say, tell us where we need to be and what time, and they publish an agenda.
Hines says Hackham has committed no wrongdoing.
Whether or not it's virtual or whether or not it's in person, we will continue to do that.
Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
The body of a missing scuba diver we've been talking about this week has now been recovered from a shipwreck on Lake Michigan. 72-year-old Patrick Kelly, he's from Winthrop Harbor, Illinois, was diving around the shipwreck SS Wisconsin on Tuesday when he never came back up to the surface. He was about 6 miles off the shoreline of the village of Pleasant Prairie. His body recovered early on Wednesday morning.
Francine is now a tropical storm. It happened overnight, hours after it made landfall in Louisiana. Flash flood warnings are still in effect in parts of the state, with hundreds of thousands of residents without power in Louisiana. Celebration at Cape Canaveral. The spacewalk is underway. Civilian crew on a 5-day space flight have opened the hatch, and billionaire tech entrepreneur Jared Isaacman, along with an engineer, have entered the atmosphere miles above Earth. We do have video of this. It's happening live. You can text the word space to the WTMJ Talk and Text line, 855-616-1620. So SpaceX astronaut and crew trainer Sarah Gillis, the second one out of the hatch.
EPA test matrix 1 complete. Heat pressure 5.25, 33.8 Celsius, 37%
This is
humidity.
the first time ever that a civilian crew has had a spacewalk.
Still at it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So do they have any duties up there, or is this just we're doing it to do it?
I think it's more the latter, but I expect they have a couple other things they're doing.
Fascinating to watch, and it's all playing out still this morning, 7:05 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
This report sponsored by Pella of Wisconsin. Discover Pella now, pay later at PellaWI.com.
Jeff Levering here, asking the question, what does baseball have in common with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Manufacturing. Pella manufactures all their own products. Baseball teams have a similar homegrown strategy by developing its own players in the minors. Testing. Pella tests every product thousands upon thousands of times to ensure it stands the test of time. The ultimate test for baseball players to get called up to the big leagues, hoping to play well enough to stay. Pella is also the window and door equivalent of hitting for the cycle. Quality craftsmanship and innovative design are built into every Pella product for timeless beauty and performance. And now, Gina Della from Pella is here to call the big finale.
Thanks, Jeff. Pella windows and doors are best in class, not only from the endless styles, but for the features you can't see. And now for something you almost can't believe. Get as low as $18 per window and $81 per patio door per month. Hurry, the deal lasts only until September 30th, so visit PellaWI.com today.
Certain restrictions apply.
This September, Diamonds Direct's ultimate offer is back, stronger than ever. Diamonds Direct helps you get the perfect jewelry gift with 0% interest. That's right, enjoy 5 years of 0% financing on any Diamonds Direct purchase. It's your chance to get her the perfect ring with 0 interest and comfortable monthly payments that fit your budget. But act fast. This offer ends September 30th. For details and more, visit DiamondsDirect.com. Spread your payments over 5 years with 0 interest on approved credit. Only at Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion.
Tune in on Sundays at 10 a.m. for the AccuNet Mortgage and Realty Show. Join AccuNet's Brian and David Wickert for the most up-to-date information on mortgage trends, along with timely news on the real estate market. The housing market is in flux, but the national headlines don't often fit local market conditions. Find out what's really happening on the front lines of real estate and mortgage financing in Wisconsin and make better decisions by tuning in every Sunday at 10 a.m. The AccuNet Mortgage and Realty Show with Brian and David Wickert on WTMJ.
When you're due for tire service, visit richlands.com for the location nearest you.
We'll give you a free flat tire repair on every tire we install. No questions asked. I'm Brett Matchke with Richlands. You're due for service.
Richlands. Citing Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:07.
Brewers boat raced in San Francisco, but there's still good news. That in sports at 7:15.
Good news, excellent. Franklin, police there are warning residents about a TikTok door knock challenge. A couple of incidents have happened.
What is this now?
Sounds like it's basically ding dong ditch. Challenge involves people banging on or kicking doors in the middle of the night, trying to startle residents, and then they run away.
Hilarious.
So basically ding dong ditch. Police in Franklin reminding people that is disorderly conduct, and it can come with a $375 fine.
Speaker Mike Johnson of the House postponing a vote on a temporary spending bill that would keep federal agencies and programs funded for 6 months. Says there's not enough support anyway among his Republican caucus. News Nation's Raquel Martin.
South Dakota Republican Congressman Dusty Johnson says a handful of his colleagues may never back the plan. Several openly object to the bill's price tag.
We've got to take care of business.
At this point, Republicans may need Democrat support to pass the bill in the House. The problem is many Democrats say the bill includes a poison pill, a provision to outlaw undocumented immigrants from voting.
Speaker Johnson says Republicans plan to work through the weekend trying to get on the same page and avoid a government shutdown that looms at the end of the month.
Keep your eyes open tonight. Could see the northern lights.
Government scientists say the lights could be visible in 17 states in the Pacific Northwest, Upper Midwest, and Northeast. The aurora borealis will be most visible in Alaska and Canada, but because of certain conditions, people from Oregon to New York may also have a chance to view the sky show. Last month, the northern lights were visible as far south as Alabama and west to northern California following a severe geomagnetic solar storm with at least 5 major flares. Steve Kathan, CBS News.
I noticed last time it happened, when I took pictures of it, the picture was more incredible than the actual
was better than what
eye.
you saw. Yeah, I noticed that as well. Anyway. I sometimes forget to look. We'll tell you whether the weather will cooperate with that sky viewing tonight. That's next on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Hey, there's free pizza today at the Mine Chef restaurant in Hartford. WTMJ's John Merck here. I love the Mine Chef pizza. Every Thursday, when you buy one pizza, you get a second pizza free. Buy 2, get 2 free. Buy 10, get 10 free pizzas, any size, any quantity. Hey, coaches, bring in your football, soccer, cross-country, volleyball, swim team. Have them beef up on the free pizza. Your players will love the Mine Chef's world-class game room. It's big food, big fun. It's super affordable team bonding. Bring in pizza today for your loyal employees and your clients. They'll appreciate you, and your second pizza is always free. Business owners and managers, order now and pick up your pizza shortly, or dine in. And the Friday 3-piece dine-in fish fry is just $4.99. That's nuts. $4.99. The Mine Chef, right there in downtown Hartford and in Oshkosh. Don't even think about turning on your oven. Just walk into the Mine Chef today for your free pizza with plenty to take home for tomorrow. Check it out, minechefrestaurant.com.
Delicious boneless, skinless chicken breasts are on sale this week at Sendik's for just $3.99 per pound. Sendik's, your trusted local grocer.
Traffic sponsored by Sendix Food Market, your trusted local grocer since 1926. What's happening, Deb?
All right, a few more things going on. First of all, we have a broken down vehicle blocking the left lane right on the high-rise bridge, northbound 4394. But in the backups, looks like we've got an accident right about at Beecher. Right lane is blocked with that. So watch out for the delays coming out of the right around the Plainfield curve. On the westbound side of 894, still dealing with this accident at the end of the 84th Street on-ramp. That ramp is still blocked right now, as is the right lane of the main line. So very heavy ride out of the Mitchell interchange. Westbound 94 slowing down from 16th Street all the way to 68th. We got the eastbound side backed up from 84th Street to 35th Street. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast for today, sunny, hazy with some clouds building in later in the day. Temperatures topping out in the low 80s at the lakefront, mid-80s a bit farther inland. We'll hold on to the cloud cover tonight as lows dip back into the mid-60s, and all this cloud cover from the remnants of Francine. It arrives into Wisconsin this weekend, but we'll hold off on the rain at first. Friday, Saturday, just cloudy, highs in the upper 70s, and then a slight chance for some showers Sunday and Monday with highs near 80 degrees. I'm meteorologist Brendan Johnson with the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
57 degrees in Milwaukee.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here's Erik Bilstad and Vince Vitrano.
You know that Vietnam-era fighter jet that now sits at the entrance to Milwaukee Mitchell? You see it when you're driving in, right before you hit the pickup drop-off zone.
Yeah, it's neat.
The white zone is for... There's an extraordinary story behind it that we are bringing to light once again here on WTMJ, launching a new WTMJ Cares initiative this week to save that important piece of U.S. military and Milwaukee history. Lance Saijan graduated from Bayview High School and then the Air Force Academy. And on a cold, dark day in the middle of the Vietnam War, his 52nd combat mission became his last. His sister talked with WTMJ's John Mercure about Saijan's struggle for survival.
November 9th, 1967, Bayview's Lance Saijan's mission goes terribly wrong. His F-4 crashes in the jungle, smashing into the canopy and then the floor of that jungle. He's knocked unconscious, severely injured. A compound fracture, a fractured skull, a mangled wrist, unable to move virtually at all.
For 46 days, Lance crawled through the jungle on his backside. No food, no water, no medical attention.
The elements and the animals attacked him relentlessly.
When he would awake, he would be covered by leeches, which were then attracting the rats, which began to devour his body.
After 46 days, he passed out on a road after emerging from the jungle and was finally captured.
6'2", 220-pound Lance was so emaciated that he was 60 pounds, and 80% of his body was open flesh.
He was taken to a bamboo prison in the middle of the jungle. They left him there unguarded because they thought he was so severely wounded that he was no threat to leave. He had other plans.
And in that condition, Lance motioned with a hand motion for the guard to come down closer to Lance's mouth so that he could whisper something. When the guard came down, Lance knocked him out with a karate chop, and he pulled himself backward back into the jungle. It took a village a half a day to find Lance.
Recaptured, he refused to answer their questions, refused to give in on the code of conduct.
Lance kept saying, "I can't tell you anything. It's against the code. I can't tell you anything."
Lance was beaten mercilessly, beatings that would continue the rest of his short life.
It's a chilling story. Lance Saijan was eventually beaten to death by his captors. He was later awarded the Medal of Honor. Part of his legacy is that replica of his fighter jet at our airport. And right now, here's the new effort. It needs to be painted and repaired, or we're going to lose it. And if you'd like to contribute to help restore our hero's plane and legacy, you can text the word Lance to 855-616-1620. That's Lance to 855-616-1620.
Tired of ads interrupting your favorite news podcast? Good news. Ad-free listening on Amazon Music is included with your Prime membership. Yeah, stay up to date on everything newsworthy with podcasts like The Daily, Up First, and 5 Things, uninterrupted at Amazon.com/ad-free. Just head to Amazon.com/ad-free to catch up on the latest episodes without the ads.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
Welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Siding Unlimited, named the best window installers, not just here, but in the whole USA. Get the best. Siding Unlimited, 3-time winner as America's best window installer. For windows, you call Siding Unlimited first and directly. SidingUnlimited.com.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
Now, it doesn't happen often.
No other way to say it.
Oh, God. That's a good old-fashioned
Especially since
one.
you're on the bay there. Perfect, right?
Boat race. It was a good old-fashioned log roll. Brewers fall to the Giants 13-2. Game was never close.
Mike Yastrzemski reaches down and hits a sweeper out of the ballpark for a 3-run homer. 8-0 San Francisco.
Yeah, that was the second inning.
Oh.
Absolute cannonballing. That's what it was. You can go to bed early at least. Even the Giants PA guy knew that it was a boat race. Listen back. So here's the Yastrzemski homer again. Listen in the background here.
2-2 coming.
All right, listen
Line
for
to
it.
right.
Right
This
here.
one is trouble. It is way back and gone.
Hear it?
Mike Yastrzemski.
They fired off their own boat horn. They knew the game was over. 13-2. Colin Ray struggled. 4 innings, 10 runs. He falls to 12-5 for the season. Now, we do have good news, however. The Cubs did lose also. They lost to the Dodgers. That means the new magic number to clinch the NL Central is going down.
Well, that'd be 8, Eric.
Thank you, Greg. So 8, your new magic number to clinch. Same teams tonight right here on WTMJ.
Today is Thursday. Last time we saw Packers quarterback Jordan Love was nearly a week ago when he was getting helped off the field in Sao Paulo, Brazil. What looked like in the moment could be a season-ending injury turns out likely to be far less severe. How much less severe? Apparently still an open question as we're just days away from the Packers' next game.
You left the door open for Jordan on Monday. Is that door any more or less open here today?
I'd say it's pretty open.
Packers head coach Matt LaFleur, I don't know if he's serious. Still not ruling Love out for Sunday's game.
Our guys have done a great job with him, Flea and Nate, and all our athletic trainers, our strength staff. And but at the same time, like I told you guys, he's got to be cleared. We got to feel like he can protect himself, and he's got to be confident enough to go out there and do that. Until that happens, then we're not even going to think about that.
So as far as Malik Willis goes, what did Jen Latta say? ESPN's Jen Latta said she's spoken to people in Tennessee.
Multiple people with the Titans program from whom we got him, right? We traded for him. And what was her line? One guy told her he struggles with football.
Yes, like cannot grasp football,
Right.
the concept of the game.
Great arm on the kid. My goodness.
Oh, boy.
So Packers and Colts noon kick Sunday at Lambeau Field. Hey, you have an opportunity to listen back to my webinar that I did a couple of weeks ago now with Annex Wealth Management's chief economist, Brian Jacobson, and director of financial planning, Erik Strom, where we talked about the sunset of the Tax Cut and Jobs Act and how that can affect your tax planning, which strategies might make sense for you. We discussed similar moments in history and options you might have to mitigate a potential tax increase. Also talked about some choices the federal government could still make to delay or eliminate the increase in 2025. Really interesting conversation with some smart people who can help you save money. Visit the Annex Wealth Management webinar page at WTMJ.com.
Hey, WTMJ's Erik Bilstad here, reminding you to subscribe to the Wisconsin's Morning News Podcast. We update it every day with every interview, every segment, every bit we do on the show.
Wait, we don't do bits on the show.
We're thrilled to have the one and only Will Pounder.
I don't know what that means.
Labeled or known as being a big baguette.
All right, maybe we do some bits.
Be sure you subscribe to the Wisconsin's Morning News Podcast, presented by Tri-County Contracting.
When severe weather hits and the power goes out, do you have a plan? For reliable power and peace of mind, propane can do that. It only takes about 10 seconds for a propane-powered generator to restore power to your home. So no matter what Mother Nature has in store, you know you're prepared. Learn more at wipga.org. This message is sponsored by your local propane provider and the Wisconsin Propane Education and Research Council.
Vince Vitrano here for Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Earning your business, that's one thing, but keeping it is another, right? Just out on the golf course with one of my buddies. He had shoulder surgery at OAW in the off-season. It's a pretty big deal. But he was out golfing by late spring, and now really great movement, feels so much better. Glad he did it. And now on to the knees. Got to get both knees done. He's going to do both this offseason so he can be back out there once again next spring. Now, would a guy do that if he didn't trust the medical team at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin that put his shoulder back together? Would a guy go back to another surgery, another set of surgeries, if he didn't believe OAW would get him back out on the golf course this spring? He would not. So take it from me and take it from my buddy. These are the docs to get you back in the game. Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, there is a difference. Walk right in at an Ortho ASAP clinic or book an appointment online at orthowisconsin.com.
With an ever-changing inventory, you never know what great bargains you're going to be able to find at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores. It makes shopping fun because the best finds are the ones you had no idea you'd even come across. And when they're at thrift store prices, it feels good. And it feels even better to know you're helping us help others. Shop St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
At 7:23, let's get an update on the roads here with Debbie.
All right, they cleared that accident on 894 westbound at 84th Street, so things are still going to be very slow through the Mitchell interchange all the way to that point. We've got delays northbound 94 all the way through the Mitchell interchange and around the Plainfield curve because of an accident blocking the right lane at Beecher and a broken down vehicle blocking the left lane over the high-rise bridge. Looks like that one might be gone, or if it isn't gone, it'll be gone very soon. We've got another, actually it's a disabled vehicle on the airport spur eastbound just as you're getting to the airport, right around 6th Street. Just so watch out for that. It's off on the right shoulder. Westbound 94 slow out of the Marquette all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. The eastbound side slow out of the Zoo all the way to about 35th Street. Be your eyes on the roads. Report accident slowdowns and road conditions to the WTMJ Hall Volkswagen traffic tip line at 414-238-9329. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
High of 85 degrees today under sunny skies, just a bit cooler near the lake, and mostly cloudy tonight with a low down to 66. Friday's high 78 with high clouds and filtered sunshine. For the weekend, 78 on Saturday under partly cloudy skies and a slight chance of a shower on Sunday. Otherwise, mostly cloudy, high of 80. Right now, 60 in Milwaukee.
Oh, yes, they're cheering in Cape Canaveral. They're cheering in Mission Control. They're cheering in space, probably.
But you can't hear them in the vacuum of space.
You cannot. But history was made. A short time ago, as you were getting up, eating your Cheerios, something amazing was happening off-planet.
The 4-member crew that lifted off from Florida's Kennedy Space Center Wednesday settled into orbit aboard the SpaceX Crew Dragon for today's mission highlight.
SpaceX's go for spacewalk operations. Report advisors.
One at a time, Jared Isaacman and Sarah Gillis stood in the hatchway to test out a new spacesuit design. Before he climbed back inside, Isaacman, who funded the mission, took a look at the Earth.
It's gorgeous.
Jim Ryan, ABC News.
Actually, it was pretty incredible to watch, just because it was so clear. The video, it was happening in real time, and we were watching it. It was happening during the show about an hour and a half ago. And what was so neat about it was just like seeing him. They had an outside camera showing him come out of the hatch. So you see this guy in spacesuits, right, climbing out of the hatch, and you can see the Earth behind him in all of its beautiful glory. Just so neat.
And then the whole rest of the universe.
Right. Because they even showed that when they first opened the hatch, they showed a camera shot looking out of the hatch. Nothing.
That's the universe.
All right. So this was the first ever commercial spacewalk carried out this morning by SpaceX. Why is this such a big deal? Space consultant Bill Harwood.
They're trying to come up with a lower cost, more comfortable, easier to manufacture spacesuits for eventual flights to the moon and Mars. And this is a very small step in that direction, but it's a major step. They've hit it out of the park. No problems at all.
And my favorite part is when you have all of these scientists, all of these engineers, all of these physicians, these mathematicians that are working so hard to make this happen. Just throw out a good old-fashioned party and start cheering and stuff afterward. Let's get... Just dancing.
You added that.
Nerds kissing nerds. Chairs are being thrown.
Right, this is their Super Bowl. They just won the Super Bowl.
Protractors are being broken and tossed. Oh, yes, they're dancing.
They're throwing compasses at the dartboard.
Taking off the tape off their glasses. All of the celebrating that's taking place today. So congratulations to all of them today. Pretty neat moment.
News about your money this morning, WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Dow Jones Industrial Average climbed about 125 points in trading on Wednesday to close at 40,862. The NASDAQ at 17,396 was up more than 2%, and the S&P 500 up about 59 points to 5554. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com.
WTMJ Sandy Max here with Dr. Mangione from Wisconsin Vein Center and MediSpa. There's a part of our appearance that can really knock your confidence, and that's your hair. Loss of hair sometimes happens because of perimenopause and menopause, and men just naturally see balding. But you're saying there's hope for these people.
There really is. And this is something that we are very excited about because we have tried to work with hair loss in the past, and we used everything that we knew was state of the art at the time and minimally invasive. But the treatments didn't really work effectively for the majority of patients. And that's really what was depressing for us and made us want to keep trying and find something new. And now we have found something called the Aquaferm Derived System, which we use plant-based growth factors and peptides infused into the scalp after it's been cleansed with ultrasound technology.
Wow. And I hear peptides being used a lot in like moisturizers. Sure. And what peptides do?
These are plant-based, so they're totally safe. They're not another human product that's being put on your skin or on your scalp. The plant-based exosomes, or these little messengers, will carry messages to the cells that say, okay, hair grow. So you do need some follicles in the area that we're going to treat. Basically, it's got to be hair loss that's been within the last 5 years. So there's still some tiny kind of dormant hair follicles present. But then when they're treated and they have this derived solution that's been infused into the scalp, the hair starts to grow again.
You're really giving people hope.
We hope to give them more than hope. We hope to give them hair. We've had people cry with joy when they've come back and see now that they have their hair back. So that's been very meaningful to us, that we do have something to offer that will help almost everybody.
How does somebody find out if this would work for them?
People can come in for a complimentary consultation to learn about the treatment, to see what's involved. And all they have to do is to call Wisconsin Vein Center and MediSpa 262-746-9088 for a complimentary consultation with one of our specialists.
7:30, I'm Vince Vitrano. This is Wisconsin's Morning News for Thursday, September 12th. Our top story calls for resignation in the city's housing authority.
I'm Erik Bilstad, cracking cold cases in southeast Wisconsin.
I'm Debbie Loziga. Northbound 4394 going to be a slow crawl, basically slowing down from the airport spur all the way through the Mitchell interchange up to an accident scene at just about at Holt. The right lane is blocked with this, and that is just a long, slow crawl. It's also slow out of the Mitchell interchange on 894 westbound all the way to Forest Home. Still reeling from an earlier accident at 84th Street, plus the construction zone through all the way to about 68th. We've also got some delays on the Rock Freeway heading northbound from before Highway 100 all the way into the Hale interchange. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Sunshine and hazy clouds today in your Storm Team forecast with a high of 85, 82 at the lake, mostly cloudy and a low down to 66 tonight. Chillier than that right now, starting out at 57 in Milwaukee. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, the Housing Authority of the City of Milwaukee facing a lawsuit from its own residents, concerned about deteriorating living conditions over the years. Now, the representatives from the Housing Authority met with folks on Wednesday for the first time in 8 months. After the meeting, Director Willie Hines Jr. said he has no plans to step down from his position.
I'm committed to continuing my efforts and working with HUD to address the corrective action plans. I do not anticipate resigning, and neither do I anticipate retirement. I have many working years ahead of me.
Lawsuit claims that folks at College Court, in particular on the city's south side, have been dealing with a bed bug infestation for more than 5 years.
Madison police are asking the public to help identify a person of interest in a dumpster fire who's possibly connected to 2 additional fires in downtown Madison. Garbage dumpster intentionally set near Johnson and State Street early Wednesday morning. Another dumpster happened a few minutes later, a couple of blocks away. 6 UW Madison students now living in these areas have been displaced. The home is sustaining $500,000 in damage.
It's not a simple process for everyone to cast a ballot. It's why Disability Rights Wisconsin is advocating for accessibility at the polls during this Disability Voting Rights Week.
A lot of the times people think that if you've had a felony, you can never vote again, which is not true. And we want to make sure that people with disabilities understand that and understand how they can still vote and still exercise that right.
Disability Rights Wisconsin's Anna Anderson talking with Spanning the States. They are also involved in lawsuits like the one that's calling for accessible absentee ballots that can be completed electronically.
Francine weakening to a tropical storm now. Hours after it made landfall in Louisiana on Wednesday, flash flooding warnings remain in effect for parts of the state, and hundreds of thousands of residents are without power. Francine expected to continue to weaken over the next 24 hours. Meanwhile, a tech billionaire now performing the first private spacewalk hundreds of miles above Earth. The first time it's been done by private citizens. It was a high-risk endeavor reserved for professional astronauts until now.
A retired NCIS special agent hoping that Southeast Wisconsin can help him crack more cold cases.
Joe Kennedy comes to the Pabst Theater next month as part of a new show, Cold Case Live. The retired NCIS special agent will dive into some of America's most notorious unsolved murders.
We're estimating there's somewhere between 280,000 and 340,000 unsolved murders.
Kennedy tells Wisconsin's Midday News he hopes his tour, combined with input from the audience, helps solve some of those. It's something smart to say if you're promoting a show, but do you really believe throughout this tour you are going to solve some cold cases?
I absolutely do, Jessica, without a doubt. Today, the public is more involved in cases than ever before.
Kennedy has solved hundreds of murders over the years. He says it's almost addictive.
It's almost like a drug. Once you start working cases, it's like a game of chess. It's a challenge.
Jessica Tai, WTMJ News.
Marking 50 years with a reunion of art. Milwaukee Institute of Art and Design celebrating its 50th anniversary. Director of Galleries and Community Engagement, Monica Miller, tells What's on Tap. They'll also serve a reunion for alumni and faculty.
Attended the college in the 70s up until recent. We'll have that work on view, and we'll also actually have an exhibition from emeriti faculty. So folks who taught at the college for many, many years who are either still living or we have works from them right now in our collection.
Another MyEd milestone this year was the college's first year of its off-site gallery, MyEd at the Avenue.
Traffic is sponsored by the Shower Remodel experts at Kohler Services, WI.com.
Upgrade to a beautiful Kohler Luxstone shower in as little as a day or two with the Shower Remodel experts at Kohler Services. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com today.
Coming up, they didn't even know the door was open on the plane.
News is sponsored by Griffin Ford, Griffin Chevy on Metro Auto Mall, and Griffin's Hub Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram.
A buck in today's world doesn't go far unless you're spending it at Griffin. Because for just $1 over cost, you can buy brand new tires from us. Buy one or a whole set. This is Jim Griffin. Any major brand. We'll put you in new tires for just $1 over our cost with free tire repair and lifetime rotation. That's right, $1 over cost, and we'll even show you the invoice to prove it. So what's the catch? There's really no catch. You don't have to buy a car or a truck from us. We'd like it if you did, but our only requirement is we put them on for you. Buy one, two, or a set of four. The $1 deal at Griffin. Available at Griffin Chrysler Jeep South, 27th Street and Jefferson. Griffin Chevrolet in the Auto Mall, Griffin Ford Waukesha, and Fort Atkinson. 5 ways to make your dollar go further. Griffin, the buck stops here, but the deals on tires don't. $1 over cost. That's Griffin.
Not combinable with other tire offers.
We found that the high road is worth the climb, and it's less crowded. At Semperfi, everything we do is done to the best of our ability. There are no shortcuts. It's pretty simple. We do what we say we're going to do because we fully understand that a reputation is never given. It's always earned. It is in our nature to keep our values intact so that when we leave your job, you'll be right there to shake our hand with satisfaction. We've installed massive flat roofs and shingled huge churches, schools, and all kinds of homes from modest to extravagant, all with integrity and pride in our work. And we're going to keep doing it for generations to come. That's what Always Faithful means to us. This is Brad Youngbluth with Semperfi Roofing and Exteriors, your local, veteran-owned and operated exterior remodeling company. For your new roof, siding, window and door installation, or masonry work, you can count on Semperfi to keep you safe, warm, and dry.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry, Semperfi.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:37.
Hey, a special today. We've got Brewers analyst and former pitcher Tim Dillard joining us for Brewers 360. That cat's always got something interesting to say. We're going to do that at 7:45.
Pilot Emily Whiteprud was at the controls of that Alaska Airlines flight last January. Remember this one where the door fell off?
Yeah.
16,000 feet in the air. She radioed for help, checked on her crew. Passengers were shocked. She never even knew it was actually happening.
An Alaska Airlines pilot tells CBS she felt the cabin quickly depressurized.
There was a loud bang.
And knew immediately something was wrong.
My body was forced forward.
We are depressurized.
I heard whole 4, 5 empty seats.
Remarkably, no one was sitting next to that door panel.
I was in shock.
Investigators say the plane left the factory without 4 bolts that hold the door panel in place. The incident prompted a wide-scale investigation into Boeing.
That's ABC's Rhiannon Alley. Yeah, this was a CBS story. They're the ones that talked to her. So, yeah, she actually knew about the depressurization, but they weren't really alerted about the door until later. They're like, what is going on back there? That's when they realized that they were losing seats after that door blew off.
I guess if you're the pilot in that situation, doesn't matter why. It only matters what's happening, and you got to get that plane on the ground.
Right.
So we'll figure it out later. But yeah, you would think.
Yeah, crazy.
Oh, by the way, the door's off.
There's not a little light that flashes saying door off.
Bing, right, like on your door, like on your
yes,
desk.
Yeah, you have a desk that says your door's ajar.
Looks like we got a door open here,
and you don't know which one. You're looking around for it. 7 passengers and a flight attendant suffered minor injuries, but no one was killed, thankfully.
This news report brought to you by Steinhoffels. Visit them at steinhoffels.com.
Get your best night's sleep on a new Beauty Rest mattress from Steinhoffels. Support a great cause when you test rest a Beauty Rest. Steinhoffels will donate $20 to special spaces, and you get a $20 restaurant reward card. Rest easy on a new Beauty Rest Black. Queen mattresses start at only $42 per month. Plus, get up to $300 in Steinhoffels cash. Start sleeping better tonight. Steinhoffels, your mattress destination.
This week's Home Improvement Showcase is brought to you by Ridgetop Exteriors, your exterior renovation experts.
WTMJ's Erik Bilstad here. It's your knee that's bugging you, right? Or is it your back? For some of us, it's the hips. Achy joints with pain you can't get over. Well, there is a way to fix it. There is a way to get lasting pain relief using your own body's healing properties. It's all thanks to QC Kinetics, advanced regenerative medicine. QC Kinetics can help enhance your joints, improve mobility, and get back to doing all the fun things you like to do without pain. No surgery, no painkillers, and no downtime. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in using cellular therapies. If you want to learn more, the consultations are free. You can set up an appointment at QC Kinetics. They have clinics in Mequon and in Greenfield. Here's the number, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. Call now and get lasting joint pain relief with the help from QC Kinetics. 414-285-3474.
Checking in with Debbie here at 20 minutes before 8 o'clock.
Okay, well, we got a few things going on. First of all, on northbound 4394, right about at Holt, got the right lane blocked with a crash, backing things up all the way back to the airport spur. Westbound 894, heavy out of the Mitchell interchange, pretty much all the way to Forest Home. Northbound on the Rock Freeway, also slowing down from before the county line all the way into the Hale interchange. We've got southbound on 43, kind of backed up as you're making your way down from before Hampton down to Capitol Drive. And then the rest of the system, for the most part, eastbound 94 backing up through the construction zone from before Highway G to Highway 16, then back on the brakes from the zoo all the way through to about 35th. Westbound heavy out of the Marquette towards Mitchell Boulevard. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast for today, sunny, hazy with some clouds building in late. Temperatures in the low 80s at the lakefront, mid-80s farther inland. Mostly cloudy tonight with lows dipping back into the mid-60s, and the clouds from the remnants of Francine arriving for the weekend. Mostly cloudy Friday, Saturday, highs in the upper 70s. Slight chance of a shower Sunday and Monday. We'll hold on to the cloud cover with highs near 80 degrees. I'm meteorologist Brendan Johnson with the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
742 and 60 degrees. A little bit more information about the search for an arsonist in Madison. This is the guy accused of setting a couple of dumpster fires as well as torching a home. It's kind of like one of those classic Madison situations. It's a few blocks from the Capitol, but it was housing 6 UW students. So it was kind of like a home that was converted to sort of apartments or whatever. Right. But 4 of those students are from our area. I know one of the families involved. Dad reached out to me yesterday. He's like, look, Carly and a bunch of her roommates here, they're out of their house. They think they can't ever live there again, or at least not this school year. They've got no place to stay. All their stuff is burned. Unfortunately, they're all okay, but they're working through this right now. They're trying to get to class. She's a nursing student, trying to go about her schooling, and then wondering where they're going to live. She said like it was really hard because everything's rented now. It's a couple weeks into the school year.
Finding a place to live right now in that area is virtually impossible.
So there's getting through the short term of where do we stay tonight, and then where are we going to stay for the rest of the school year. Oh, by the way, got to keep going to class and all of that. So they're sorting through that. As I mentioned, they're searching for an arsonist. Madison police believe these fires were intentionally set, and they do have a person of interest. His picture is up online along with our coverage of this story. That includes a GoFundMe page for the young Badgers there. 3 of them, I think, from Franklin, 1 from Muskego, another one from the Madison area, and then a friend of theirs from Minnesota. But if you want to help, that's up there as well. You can text FIRE to 855-616-1620, and we can send you the link. Brewers analyst Tim Dillard, our guest on Brewers 360 next.
WTMJ's Greg Matzik here for Holiday Automotive in Fond du Lac, where Wisconsin's best 2024 closeout sale is on. It's where to score deep closeout savings on favorites from Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC. Get more for your trade and discover car buying that makes fans of drivers. As a longtime fan myself, I'm confident you'll enjoy Team Holiday's genuine guest care and simple, pressure-free buying approach. Find yours and drive it home today from Holiday, Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC in Fond du Lac and at holidaygm.com. It's worth the trip.
Get the help you need Saturday morning with How To Radio. At 7, it's the WTMJ Fix-It Show with David Nason, featuring this week's guest, Guthrie and Fry Water Conditioning. At 9, plan your dream vacation with the Fox World Travel Show. Yet at 10, get financial guidance during Money Talk. Contact NX Wealth Management for an unbiased review of your investments at nxwealth.com. How To Radio, Saturday mornings on WTMJ. Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
2 words describe the game on Wednesday night.
Boat race.
Yeah. There's another 2 words you could use.
Barrel roll.
Yeah, either way. Rough one for the Crew. They fall to the Giants 13-2. Same teams tonight right here on WTMJ.
Brewers 360 is sponsored by Holiday Automotive, and a treat this morning. We're talking with Brewers analyst Tim Dillard. Morning, Tim.
Hey, good morning. It's very early here. You guys know that?
You're out west, hey?
Oh, man.
5:45 Pacific time. Sorry, my friend.
No, this is great. A lot to talk about. Last night's game was, you don't see many of them like that, especially out at Oracle Park. You know, it's a big it's a big field. You don't see a lot of runs, but the Giants had it working.
I always thought it was interesting. I was just saying to Erik, Tim, Colin Ray's pitching line, 4 innings pitched, 11 hits, 10 earned runs, but just 1 walk. So dude just got raked. I mean, he just got hit hard.
He did. Stuff didn't go at anybody, right? Like everything that was hit was just, there was nobody standing there. And I've been on the mound when that happens. You're just kind of like, how come I can't get the ball to go to anybody?
Right.
And it was a very aggressive offense. I don't think they were waiting around. I think they looked at the scouting report and were like, this guy doesn't walk a lot of people. He fills up the zone. So, we're going to be hacking. That's exactly what happened.
So Vince hasn't been feeling good lately because of the way the team has kind of been playing. There's been a little bit of a scuffle.
Swoon.
Yes. How concerning has this swoon been, and should we be freaking out?
Yeah, go ahead and freak out. Surely. Panic, find the button, everything. No, it's baseball. It's part of it. What are they, 3-6 right now in September, just off the top of my head? Sometimes you hit these things, and they've had some very intense series where, things are really high, really big. And I don't know. I think they're just I think they see what's coming, and they're just trying to get back to the way they play the game. One of the things that they do really well is they walk and they steal bases. And right now, kind of during this, what you're talking about, not playing their best per se, the stolen bases are down, and so are the walks. They're running into some good pitching. I mean, Blake Snell was on the mound yesterday, and this guy was pumping 97, 98, pretty much anywhere he wanted, and C.B. Buckner was calling everything a strike, no matter where it was. And that's tough to compete with when you have guys like that. And it's not going to get any easier. I mean, when they play in the Phillies, you might see a Wheeler or a Noah. So there's some big games coming up, and they know that. They know that. They know what the schedule is. They're worried about the actual game, but at the same time, they know it's September. Their bodies tell them that probably every time they get up.
Talking with Brewers analyst Tim Dillard, former pitcher in the major leagues. Tim, think about Jake Bauers, position player called upon to pitch. He goes a full inning, actually got himself a strikeout.
Yeah, first strikeout ever.
What kind of situation is that? Those position guys love to come in and just lob a few in there once in a while, right?
Well, I don't think they want to be out there. It's never a good sign when they're out there, one way or the other. But it brings a little levity. Like, sometimes you just get beat, and you need to look for some silver linings. You need to look for some things to grab onto. And the Brewers have some stuff they could feel good about. Louis Milner threw the ball fantastic when he came in. Garrett Mitchell off the bench looked really good. I think he was robbed of a double, very interesting double. Andre Monasterio was fantastic defense and swinging the bat. And then Bauers, you look for the silver lining with all of this kind of stuff. And he had fun with it, threw strikes, give up some doubles, give up some runs, but got his strikeout. And he's been on the bump before. So once you're in that exclusive club, man, your name gets put on there. You get a strikeout. That's why he was very adamant about, let's save that ball, man.
Yeah,
put a sticker on it. I want that in my locker. That means a lot. So if we're going to go through this whole game, and I'm called upon to do this, I'm going to turn something, good from it. And maybe it is this strikeout. But either way, you have to have a sense of humor because there's so many games in baseball. So he did right. He threw strikes, and I'm good for him. Good for him. You get a strikeout in the big leagues, it's a big deal.
So who was the craftiest position player that you ever played with that could just throw dirt?
Oof. I had a number of shortstops that would goof off during batting practice and jump on the bump. I remember Orlando Arcia would jump on the bump and throw, and he was throwing upper 90s.
Really?
I mean, just could throw fuzz. He probably couldn't hold a runner, though, just judging by his mechanics.
Kind of all over the place, right?
Yeah. And I had a number of outfielders. Brett Phillips comes to mind. I remember one time we were at, I forgot where we were, but you could see the miles per hour in the Jumbotron. So anytime you're at a place that will do that, it's just whoever feels good that day is going to try to put up some big numbers, and he could put up big numbers.
Is there an
equivalent? So I'm not surprised that.
Is there an equivalent going the other way, Tim, where you're like, oh, this pitcher could play left field for sure?
Yeah, there were some guys. I'm actually quite disappointed in my career because I was drafted twice as a catcher, And I felt like I could play, almost every position, but I was never involved in a game where I got to get out in the field. I remember there was I had a
pinch hit.
Yeah, pinch hit. I did get a pinch hit. Don Money pinch hit me. I think 2009, first game of the season. He had used everybody. He liked to double switch and everything else. He used everybody by the sixth inning, and he went around. He was trying to find different pitchers, but none of those guys wore their spikes or had their jersey on. I was the only guy that qualified. got me a pinch hit. Like,
I'm up what?
Yeah, I knew better.
No, you're hitting.
Everybody was like, why you? I was a starter, but they're like, why you got your spikes and jersey on? I was like, for this reason, man.
Awesome.
Yeah, got me a knock. I was in the dugout yesterday. We were talking to Sal Frelick, who had fouled the ball off his leg, and we were just talking about hitting and things like that. And I said, yeah, I was in Double-A when when pitchers start to hit for the first time back in the day, and I'd seen guys foul the ball off their foot, but it never happened to me in high school, never happened to me in college. And I remember I hit a ball off my leg. And Dave Yeager, who's a trainer in the big leagues now, he was my trainer in Double-A. He came running out there, and he's like, "You all right?" And I was like, "Just cut my leg off."
It hurts.
It just hurts, man. And Sal's just laughing, and I was like, I do have an appreciation for it. When I see it, I didn't before because I'm like, oh, how bad could that be? It just you feel like your pain threshold when you do something like that. Your mind just tells you that you are very hurt. Like your mind, whatever is rushing through your body, you're like, this is a big injury, and it just takes some time to get used to it. And Sal was laughing. He's like, yeah, man. And I was like, I'm pretty sure I still got a dent on my shin where it happened. So I don't think I was encouraging to him at all, but we got a good laugh out of it.
Brewers analyst Tim Dillard up early with us this morning. Really appreciate it, Tim.
Yeah, you got it, boys. Enjoy the morning.
Brewers and Giants, one more tonight, 8:45, first pitch.
3-2 pitch. Struck him out swinging. Jake Bauers got his first big league K, and he keeps the baseball. Atta baby Jake.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. They're the window and door equivalent of hitting for the cycle. Pella, they manufacture all of their own products, and each one of those products gets tested thousands of times to ensure it stands the test of time. Quality craftsmanship and innovative design. They're built into every Pella product for timeless beauty and performance. Order by September 30th and get as low as $18 per window and $81 per patio door per month. Visit PellaWI.com today.
With an ever-changing inventory, you never know what great bargains you're going to be able to find at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores. It makes shopping fun because the best finds are the ones you had no idea you'd even come across. And when they're at thrift store prices, it feels good. And it feels even better to know you're helping us help others. Shop St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
For over 4 decades, one name has stood out as a symbol of excellence in automotive sales and service. It's the Boucher Automotive Group, dedicated to providing exceptional experiences to all of our valued customers.
We will help you find the perfect vehicle within your budget while respecting your time.
With 20 convenient locations, we're the one-stop destination for all your automotive needs.
At Boucher, we're your trusted partner on every mile of your journey, riding with you every mile since 1977.
Delicious boneless, skinless chicken breasts are on sale this week at Sendik's for just $3.99 per pound. Sendik's, your trusted local grocer.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Traffic is sponsored by Sendik's Food Market, your trusted local grocer since 1926.
All right. Well, we've got westbound 894, still kind of a heavy ride out of the Mitchell interchange all the way to 68th Street. Northbound on 94, backing up from before the airport spur all the way through the Mitchell interchange, all the way up to about Beecher. Southbound 43, heavy from Silver Spring down past Capitol Drive. And we got some delays northbound on 41 from just north of Blue Mound Road all the way up towards Mayfair Road. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
WTMJ forecast sponsored by Dave Dracamp Heating, where your comfort is their family's tradition. High of 85 degrees today, a little bit cooler near the lake under sunshiny skies and some haze mixed in, mostly cloudy and a low down to 66 tonight. Right now it's 60 in Milwaukee.
Idea Man.
I can conjugate the verb to be.
Innovator.
Eu sou, ela é, nós somos, ela são. I can do that all day, but I couldn't tell you 5 other words in the Portuguese language.
Isn't that funny?
And Packers Hall of Famer.
I don't know what the rationale is, but if you talk to pretty much any Wisconsin football player that has played in the past, they're going to tell you that they have taken at least a semester of Portuguese.
It's time for Tausch on Wisconsin's Morning News. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and Kohler Services.
Mark Tauscher on Wisconsin's Morning News is sponsored by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Probably should spend some time talking about Alabama, Tausch.
Alabama? Yeah, it's
Alabama. And what do we say? Go Bama! Roll Tide!
All right, you were saying?
We're not going to be saying that. We won't be saying that this weekend, hopefully. You know what? So I think from a fan standpoint, and I know Barry Alvarez was the athletic director when this game got scheduled, I'd be curious if Mac still thinks this is a good idea come Saturday night. But this is what, we did our show with Coach Fickle last night, and, the points that he kept reiterating is, A, it's great for your fan base, and, you get a big-time program. The first time an SEC team has come into Camp Randall, I think since the 80s. And since Alabama was 1928 was the last time Alabama came up to Camp Randall. So the best part of this is the players get to test themselves against one of, if not the best programs in the entire country. So you always, when you're recruiting guys, you want to give them big moments and big opportunities to showcase what they're all about. And Saturday at 11 o'clock, the boys are going to get tested in a big way because Alabama, while Nick Saban is no longer there is a lot of NFL talent on that roster that our Wisconsin Badgers are going to be tested in a big way.
Are they, Tausch, they're 4th-ranked team in the land. Are they in a different tier than a Wisconsin right now? Big Ten teams are capable of winning a national championship. You just saw it with Michigan last year. So I don't like the suggestion that the SEC is somehow an entity unto itself. That said, a lot of our guys, pound for pound, might get outclassed on Saturday.
Well, and that's what we'll find out. Obviously, when you just look at the history of the last 20 years, Alabama's been the best. They have been the gold standard for college football. That was under Nick Saban. There's a whole new era of college football with transfer portals and NIL, and so it's not the same. But they're the top part of the SEC and Ohio State. They play by, let's just say it nicely, they play by different rules than some other people. So I think there's always that part of it. And then the talent and everything else, you're going to have a lot of challenges when you play those schools. But you know what? That's what makes this awesome when you can pull off a big upset, a big victory like that. It even means, the SEC says it means more. Well, it does mean more if you find a way to beat one of the big boys from the SEC when they come up by you, because that can be one of those springboarding deals for your season if you find a way to get that done.
Are we in this ball game?
Man, I certainly hope so. Yes, I do believe we'll be in this ball game. I think we're heavy underdogs, but this will be a big test, and we will have to play a lot better than what we have. This is not exactly splitting the atom, this analysis I'm going to give you here, but we're going to have to play a lot better than we did the last 2 weeks if we're going to beat the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Oh, we're going to roll some Tide. That's what's going to happen.
Yes.
Roll over some Tide.
Thanks, Tausch.
You bet.
And what is that name, Mr. Cobb? Alabama. And what do we say? Go Bama! Roll Tide!
This report is sponsored by Diamonds Direct. Your love, their passion.
This September, Diamonds Direct's ultimate offer is back, stronger than ever. Diamonds Direct helps you get the perfect jewelry gift with 0% interest. That's right, enjoy 5 years of 0% financing on any Diamonds Direct purchase. It's your chance to get her the perfect ring with 0 interest and comfortable monthly payments that fit your budget. But act fast. This offer ends September 30th. For details and more, visit DiamondsDirect.com. Spread your payments over 5 years with 0 interest on approved credit. Only at Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion.
Get your rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval to buy at accunet.com.
And then diving into the stands is Jackson Churiel.
From the San Francisco Bay.
The Brewers are back at the Bay to take on the Giants. Our coverage begins tonight at 8:10. We are your home for the Milwaukee Brewers. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
8 o'clock. I'm Vince Vitrano. This is Wisconsin's Morning News. It's Thursday, September 12th. Our top story. A giant leap for mankind miles above Earth.
I'm Erik Bilstad, tracking what's left of Francine.
I'm Debbie Lazaga. Still a brutal ride coming out of the Mitchell interchange this morning. Delays on northbound 94 from the airport spur all the way through the interchange around the Plainfield curve up towards Oklahoma Avenue. Westbound is going to be slow out of the Mitchell all the way to 68th Street. Also seeing delays northbound on the Rock Freeway, basically from the county line all the way through Highway 100 to the Hale. Eastbound 94, a hefty ride from Elmhurst Road all the way to Highway 16 through that construction zone. Then again from about 84th Street all the way to about 35th. Westbound slow from about 25th Street to Hawley Road. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Storm team forecast, sunshine and a bit of haze mixed in there with some clouds moving in late and a high of 85 degrees. 82 at the lake, mostly cloudy skies and a low down to 66 tonight. Milwaukee right now at 67 degrees. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, history made high above Earth. Billionaire Jared Isaacman has become the first person to take part in a private spacewalk. The goal was to test out new spacesuits. Isaacman savored his view of Earth after opening the hatch of the capsule.
Back at home, we all have a lot of work to do, but from here, Earth sure looks like a perfect world.
SpaceX employee Sarah Gillis also took part in the historic spacewalk, which lasted less than 2 hours.
Here at home, for the first time in 8 months, the Housing Authority of the City of Milwaukee hears in person the concerns from residents who have complained for years about unlivable conditions on those properties.
I'm up all night long because they're crawling everywhere.
After the Housing Authority's first in-person meeting with residents since last winter, HACM Vice Chairwoman Brooke Vandenberg explained why, despite the board's oversight of Director Willie Hines Jr., they haven't pushed back on the lack of in-person meetings.
It's a policy that typically we have given to the staff to say, tell us where we need to be and what time, and they publish an agenda.
Hines says HACM has committed no wrongdoing.
Whether or not it's virtual or whether or not it's in person, we will continue to do that.
Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
Decision Wisconsin, another visit here. Democratic vice presidential nominee Governor Tim Walz of Minnesota headed back to Wisconsin, scheduled to appear in the Wausau area at 3 o'clock this afternoon.
Ahead of the November election, the federal government says it will increase security precautions to prevent a repeat of the January 6th attack.
The federal government does not want another January 6th. The Secret Service says it will dramatically increase security precautions when Congress meets on January 6, 2025 to count states' electoral votes. The Department of Homeland Security will designate the date as a national special security event, which is the same level as inaugurations and political conventions. Wendy Gillette, CBS News.
I misspoke earlier. Governor Walz is going to be in Wausau area tomorrow is his visit. Francine, meanwhile, no longer a tropical storm, weakening early this morning to a tropical depression, but it made landfall as a Category 2 hurricane.
This storm, from my calculation, stayed over us for about an hour and a half to 2 hours.
Hurricane Francine dumped nearly a foot of water on Kenner, a suburb about 7 miles west of New Orleans. Police Chief Keith Connolly says the pumps worked overnight to drain the city.
The water has subsided.
Meanwhile, in Terrebonne and Lafourche parishes, homes suffered both flood and wind damage. Lafourche Parish President Archie Chasson says sheriff's deputies there rescued 26 people who were trapped by floodwaters in a public housing complex.
We're going to work with the housing authority to figure out exactly how much water entered those units and what we have to do to fix them to return those residents to some sort of normalcy as quickly as we can.
Ian Ozan for CBS News, New Orleans.
Storm Team 4 meteorologist Brendan Johnson says now portions of Wisconsin, we may see some of Francine by the end of the weekend.
By Thursday, tomorrow evening, closer to Memphis, it now becomes post-tropical, and it slows down weekends, but we get some moisture late in the weekend, even though that storm system really kind of disintegrates.
Right, still a slight chance for rain on Sunday. The complete WTMJ 5-day forecast will cut that at 8:10.
Coming up, an NFL superstar detailing an unexpected detainment.
News is sponsored by BBC Lighting. Thousands of specialty light fixtures open Monday through Saturday.
Hi folks, this is Hank Albert, owner of BBC Lighting. As the largest lighting supplier to new home builders and decorators in Wisconsin, our huge showroom displays all the finest brands of lighting and ceiling fans, including such top brands as Visual Comfort, Tech, and many more. And our expert staff will assist you in making the right selections. Our prices are always the lowest. I guarantee it. If it's lampshades or repairs you need, we do all that too. There's something for everyone at BBC, including fun for the kids and our famous free popcorn. BBC is open Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 and on Saturday from 10 to 4. We're located at 20th and St. Paul Avenue, across from Sobelman's and Bachman Furniture, all near the Potawatomi Casino. Stay safe and healthy, my friends.
Time is running out on the Brewers regular season. Hurry up and catch the crew battle the Diamondbacks September 20th through the 22nd for College Night and a Brewers Puppy Vest giveaway on the 21st. Get your seats now at brewers.com/tickets.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 8:06.
Milwaukee College celebrating a milestone.
The M in my ad stands for Milwaukee, and we are a part of this community.
Milwaukee Institute of Art and Design is celebrating its 50th anniversary. Collaboration and community specialist Leah Good tells WTMJ how they're celebrating with special events, starting with Doors Open Milwaukee.
It's going to be Milwaukee Prints. It is in conjunction with our communication design department, where we have the communication design screen by printing class that is going to be doing custom screen prints that are based on Milwaukee's theme.
Also look for special upcoming exhibits featuring art from alumni and faculty. Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
The Army is dealing with a recruitment crisis. News Nation's Tom Dempsey reports that a program designed to prep underperforming recruits has graduated 20,000 members.
And to put that number in perspective, that accounts for over 20% of the recruitment target for the Army over the past 2 years. This Future Soldier Prep course, it started back in 2022, and it gives low-performing recruits 90 days to get up to standards to go to basic training. That includes help with academics, physical training, and dieting. This is key because only around 23% of Americans between the ages of 17 to 24 meet the military's physical and educational standards.
Now, critics say this specific program lowers expectations for the nation's fighting forces, but the Army says that's not the case and that new recruits still have to go through basic training, which hasn't changed any of its standards.
Miami Dolphins star Tyreek Hill acknowledging that he could have handled himself better during Sunday's pregame confrontation with police.
During the traffic stop, Tyreek Hill was told to roll his car window down.
I could have been better. I could have let down my window, in that instant.
He was pulled from the vehicle, handcuffed, and brought to the ground.
Does that give them the right to literally beat the dog out of me? Absolutely not.
Hill has said he wants one of the officers fired.
I wish I could go back and, do things a bit differently.
Steve Kathan, CBS News.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 8:09. Vince Vitrano here. Fall is here, and this week, WTMJ's Home Improvement Showcase features Ridgetop Exteriors for all your exterior home improvement needs. Ridgetop Exteriors providing the best quality roofing, siding, windows, and doors, expertly installed and at affordable prices. You get a free estimate for your next project by logging on to the ridgetopexteriors.com or check out our Home Improvement Showcase page. That's right there, easy for you, WTMJ.com, and you can learn more.
There you are again, hesitating to make your first move to get out of bed because you know that's when the pain you feel will get worse. You don't have to keep living this way. We've developed proprietary and powerful pain treatment plans that can help alleviate your pain so you can start getting back to the more active life you used to have. This is Richard Salinas, registered nurse with Rejuvenex Arthritis Pain Clinics. Our FDA-approved pain treatments work to aid inflammation and lubricate your joints. They're precisely administered to where your pain lives, and at $65 per injection per joint, they're far more affordable than experimental bioregenerative options. And because, in almost all cases, insurance covers our treatments, it makes it easier to just give it a try to see if you, like thousands of others, can move towards a pain-free life. At Rejuvenex, we can alleviate your pain, and that'll rejuvenate your life. Go to Rejuvenex.com to request your free pain evaluation.
Any exterior remodeling company can give you a lot of good reasons to get a new roof, siding, windows and doors, or masonry work. Aesthetic appeal alone or just resale value help it all make sense. But I'm compelled to continue to tell you what sets Semper Fi apart from the rest. What you're going to get from Semper Fi is a reputation that is backed by an undeniable stack of proof that we are who we say we are. Our character is guided by a level of trust and accountability which not only holds our teams together, but also keeps our reputation intact. And ultimately, that means leaving you satisfied. So when you're about to make that big investment in your home, isn't that what you want? This is Brad Youngluth with Semper Fi Roofing and Exteriors, your local, veteran-owned and operated exterior remodeling company. For your new roof, siding, window and door installation, or masonry work, you can count on Semper Fi to keep you safe, warm, and dry.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry, Semper Fi.
Hi, I'm Jim Token, president of Adam. Do you ever miss the good old days?
When you didn't need a password to do everything but tie your shoes?
No, I'm talking about car shopping, when dealer lots were filled with new inventory and there were big incentives and discounts. Well, those days are back at Adam member dealers all over Metro Milwaukee, making it a great time to go car or truck shopping again.
I suppose I need a password.
No, just find your nearest Adam member dealer or start your new car search at adam.com.
Get an update on the morning drive here at 8:11. Debbie.
All righty. Well, westbound on 94, looks like we got the left lane blocked with a broken down vehicle right about at 25th Street. So heads up with that. Beyond that, from 35th all the way through to Hawley Road, we're going to see delays there. And then just west of 84th Street, all the way crossing the county line is going to be a bit slowed down as well. Eastbound 94 backups through the construction zone from Elmhurst Road all the way through to Highway 16. And then from 92nd Street, solid ride all the way to 35th. Westbound 894, as usual, backed up out of the Mitchell Interchange to 68th Street. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Sunny and hazy today. Clouds will come in later. High of 85. Tonight, cloudy, low of 66. For your Friday, filtered sunshine with some high clouds tomorrow. High of 78. Saturday, 78. Sunday, there is a slight chance for rain. Slight chance, cloudy, a high of 80. Monday, slight chance for rain, a high of 80. Right now, 63 degrees at 8:12.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here's Erik Bilstad and Vince Vitrano.
8:13 on Wisconsin's Morning News. So glad to have you with us, Erik Bilstad, Vince Vitrano here. Greg Pancake Hill producing the program. Debbie's got your cars up until 9 o'clock, and Adam Roberts in the newsroom. Local connection we've been talking about to this story out of Madison this morning. Authorities are still searching for a suspected arsonist, believed to have set about 3 fires sort of near the state capitol. A couple of dumpster fires, but more significantly, also accused of torching a home that's been converted sort of into apartments, right, where 6 UW-Madison students have been staying. 4 of them are from our area, 3 of them from Franklin High School. And right now, one of them on the line with us this morning. Carly Lehman is a student at UW. Good morning, Carly.
Good morning.
Tough story to tell, so take us inside the house. Early yesterday morning, fire woke you guys up?
Yeah, I happened to be the last one to wake up yesterday, but a couple of my roommates woke up. They said to sounds from the kitchen that they didn't know what they were from, which ended up being like the crackle of a fire in the kitchen, but obviously at the time they didn't know that. Some of them woke up to alarms sounding, which were the carbon monoxide alarms in our house, and then some of them woke up to the sounds. So they got out of their rooms just as there was a loud banging at our door, which was a neighbor who had heard what they said was an explosion in like the back of our house by our trash cans. And she was banging at our door. She was on the phone with 911. And then that's when I woke up to my roommates like yelling, get out, there's a fire. So then we all ran out the door, and it was a hard thing to process like as I was waking up, but when we got outside we kind of realized the severity of the situation.
Carly Lehman is with us. She's from Franklin, UW student who was put out of her house early yesterday morning in Madison. Was it a close call at all, Carly, or was everybody able to get out pretty easily?
Everyone was definitely able to get out, but we were told by the firefighters that if we had waited even 5 more minutes to call 911, that our house would have been in a much worse state than it is right now. And they said it would have spread to the houses around us as well. So it did really take the girl noticing it, like one of our neighbors who lived behind us, who was able to call 911 right when she saw it, rather than us having to call it once we got outside. I think made a big difference in the response time.
Carly, what is the state of the house and of all your stuff?
Not good. The fire was in the back of the house, so it worked its way like on the back of the kitchen and then up to the second floor where my bedroom was, and then it came into the attic. So it seemed like the big fire was in the attic, and it kind of destroyed a lot of the second floor, like from the top down. So, but all the bedrooms are in the same state due to the smoke, like the smoke damage to all of our things. We weren't able to take much from the house.
Yeah,
honestly.
I can imagine.
We have like some things, and a lot of us got a lot of our clothes out, but again, we don't know if we'll be able to like get all the smoke damage out of our things.
We're talking with Carly Lehman in Madison. She's a UW student. She and her 5 roommates were put out of their house early morning yesterday with a fire. So I understand it's been really hard for you all to try to find someplace. I mean, I guess there's short term, right? Where do we stay tonight, tomorrow night, and then long term, where are you all going to stay for the rest of the school year?
Yeah, we have been blessed with a lot of good friends around us that have offered their place. And last night we stayed with one of our friends in their houses. They've been super awesome. But right now I think we're mainly looking at an apartment building called Olive, who is offering us like a rent-reduced apartment. We have 2 apartments now, so we're going to split up 3 and 3 now. But, I mean, they're right next to each other, so it's really nice. So we've been lucky that we've had another option, just because if anyone knows UW-Madison, the housing market is crazy. So, yeah.
What are you studying, if you don't mind us asking?
I just started nursing school.
Oh, there you go.
So on top of all that, right, did you go to class yesterday? Are you going to class today?
I did not go to class yesterday. We got a couple calls from the school who've been really nice. They offered to like email all of our professors for us, who've all been really understanding. But I am going to class today. I just don't want to get behind.
All right, next question. You going to the Alabama game on Saturday, though? I mean, can you put this behind you?
Of course. I'm not sure what I'll wear yet because I don't have my clothes, but I'll be there.
Good for you. On Wisconsin. Carly Lehman, sorry we had to talk under these circumstances.
Yeah.
We'll see if we can get you some help, you and your roommates there.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so
Thanks,
the
Carly.
picture of the person of interest in this case, again, the authorities believe these were arson fires deliberately set by someone. Picture of that person of interest is up online in our coverage with this story at WTMJ.com, as well as a GoFundMe page if you want to help those Badgers who are trying to get on their feet. A lot of them lost a lot of things, still not sure what their financial situation is going to be as they look for this new housing as well. So just text the word FIRE to 855-616-1620. We can send you the link or check it out online at WTMJ.com. All right, Debbie, what do you see in the roads?
Well, we do have some backups along eastbound 94, basically through the construction zone from just west of Highway G to Highway 16. And then you're back on the brakes from 92nd Street all the way through the Stadium interchange. Westbound, we've got backups from about 35th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. Southbound 43, heavy from Silver Spring down to Capitol Drive. Northbound 4394, we got backups pretty much from the Mitchell interchange and around the Plainfield curve up to Oklahoma Avenue. Also, a little bit of a backup on 794 northbound from just before Howard Avenue all the way up to Oklahoma as well. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here. I've got a great idea for how you can get caught up on everything cool happening in our state. Every weekend, every Saturday, it's Experience Wisconsin. This week, Milwaukee Food and City Tours and Elkhart Lake.
So it's really a fun night of camaraderie to kind of kick things off with some great Waltzmeister polka bands, so some polka music.
They're in the spotlight. I hope you'll join us for Experience Wisconsin, Saturdays on WTMJ.
Vince Vitrano for Inspired Closets Milwaukee, and the summer deal still in effect from my friends Katie and Dan at Inspired Closets. Consult, design, prepare, install, and love. These are the 5 steps to calming the chaos in your home with a project. Step 1, the design team listens to you. That's so important. What space are we talking about? What are your needs? What do you want to accomplish? What's your budget? Step 2, using their 3D software, you work together to design custom solutions to achieve your goals. Step 3, prepare. Inspired Closets actually comes into your home and assists with the orderly removal of all your stuff in that space, and of course your current hardware as well, because reducing stress, that should not be stressful. Step 4, expert local installers build your project efficiently and beautifully. And step 5, you just enjoy it. That's the love. Enjoy the immediate benefits of your new closet, kitchen space, pantry, or whatever you dreamed up. Back to step 1 real quick. Inspired Closets Milwaukee will knock 10% off the cost of your project or give you 18 months of free financing when you tell them Vinny sent you. Inspired days start in Inspired Closets. InspiredCloset.milwaukee.com.
Here's a penny for your thoughts. There's about 11,000 tire-related crashes every year.
Mostly due to driving around on underinflated, beat-up, worn-out tires with low tread.
A couple of clicks at richlawns.com will get you scheduled for a free tire tread test.
But if you're pressed for time, there's an old trick we use in the tire industry that'll tell you if you need tires.
And that's free, too.
My dad showed me, who learned it from his dad, who learned it from someone else way back in 1964.
Ah, yes. The old penny test.
Yep, just place a penny head first.
As in upside down.
Into the groove of your tire. Now, if you can see the top of Lincoln's head, you're due for tires.
And hey, if the free penny test frazzles you, book an appointment at richlawns.com.
If your tires are good,
no harm, no foul, because it won't cost you a penny. Be safe, buckle up, and hang. Always make sure you've got good tread on your tires. I'm Brett Matchke with Rich Lawns. You're
due for service.
Such a refreshing change. Rich Lawns.
When that crisp fall air greets you in the morning, it's time to assess your garden. Now's the perfect time to think about it. WTMJ's John Mercure here for Landworks Wisconsin. They make sure my garden and yard is in perfect shape. They'll do the same for you. Imagine this. Spring flowering bulbs get planted in October and November and then burst into bright daffodils and tulips, brightening up your muddy spring after a long, dark winter. Landworks Wisconsin, they'll do it for you. Give your future self some spring flowers. Let Landworks Wisconsin take care of you like they take care of me. LandworksWisconsin.com.
Oh, yeah.
8:23 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Yeah, not for nothing. I did feel like I had to ask young Carly, hey, you still going to the ball game, right, on Saturday? Got the 4th-ranked team in the land.
She said, of course.
She said, of course. So that's cool. Everybody's okay in that UW fire. But again, if you want to help the folks out there, our young Badgers, 855-616-1620 is the WTMJ talk and text line. Text the word FIRE, and we'll send you the link with all the information. In theaters now, just a bit outside.
Just a bit outside.
Story of the 1982 Milwaukee Brewers.
Everybody loves their hometown team, but there is something different in Milwaukee.
Don Sutton said it best. He said every player should have the privilege of playing in Milwaukee.
81, 82, there was a recession going on. We knew that the people were hurting. We were trying to give them something that they could hang on to.
And here we go.
Here we go. It was a blue carpet VIP world premiere Wednesday night at the Marcus Majestic Cinema in Brookfield. I was privileged to attend, got to see the film. So good, E.
Yeah, everything you'd want it to be?
I mean, yes, it was. It did exactly what I hoped that it would. One thing that I was surprised at was this wasn't just a trip down nostalgia lane, where you see guys and talk about the emotions and the parade after we lost Game 7 and all that stuff. That's all great, and I wanted that. But what I wasn't expecting, what they did so well, was like some game-by-game analysis. This is what happened. And the recall from some of these guys, I mean, Ted Simmons, who was our catcher at the time, right? He really surprised me. I don't remember being Ted one of the guys we talked about a lot, I mean, he was a very good catcher, excellent receiver. But, you had Robin Yount, then he was the kid, and Paul Molitor, and, some of these guys that were more flamboyant, Coop, Gorman Thomas. So we talked more about those guys. I'm telling you, in the film, Simmons stole the show. His recall of exactly what pitch, where he was asking for it, and where it ended up, and why it was a base hit or why it was an out, all these things, phenomenal. And it was so fun revisiting that. So really getting into each of those games, those critical games, and just an excellent film. Most of that 82 team was back together, and they're enjoying it. Vince Vitrano here at the Marcus Majestic Cinema in Brookfield on the blue carpet for the premiere of Just a Bit Outside, the story of the 1982 Milwaukee Brewers. Everybody's here. Talking with Mike Caldwell, most likely to hit the buffet hard tonight.
Jimmy Gantner.
Jimmy, really?
Yeah, Jimmy
But
Gantner.
he wears it well. He looks great.
He does. Matter of fact, he looks better than he did last time I saw him.
Talking with number 17, Jim Gantner. Who are you most anxious to see, who you hadn't seen in a while?
I guess our last reunion, Vukovic wasn't here, so it's great to see Vuki here tonight. And
you're too young here to know Jim Gantner.
No, I've met him a couple times, but I wasn't able to see him play. But he's definitely been one of my favorites, growing up. So.
How do you like that, Jim?
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I had to pay that guy. So.
This guy here has got a World Series 1982 pennant. Cardinals Brewers. You bought it at County Stadium?
Yes, I did. I went to the ball game with my dad. Got my first autographs on it today.
Wow, and you're doing pretty well here. I see Paulie Molitor. Who else we got?
Well, I got Caldwell, Gantner, Gorman Thomas, Jimmy Slayton, Cecil Cooper.
Coop's here? Where's Coop? Number 15, Cecil Cooper. Coop, can I tell you something? You were the first guy when I was at the ballpark that I had to ask, how come they always booing Coop?
Well, I thought they were booing me too.
They're not saying boo, they're saying Coop.
Yeah, well, boo, boo, boo. I don't know where it came from, but I liked it.
Yeah, Raleigh Fingers signing autographs, just like always.
Always. You worry when they stop asking.
Yeah. How's that feel today?
Good. Feel good. Yeah. Having a good time.
Greg Marcus here at his Majestic Cinema. Hey, you want to sneak into Twisters?
I was just saying, that summer, I was a vendor at County Stadium.
Do we still see you on the trailer? Are you going to come up eating popcorn?
I don't know. I hope so.
Well, I hope so. It's your house. This lady's brought, 4x4 blown up pic of Robin Yount on the motorcycle. Who do you got to get signed yet?
Just Gantner yet. And Vukovic, it was signed by Robin Yount originally, so it was hanging up in our bar called Zim's, and Robin Yount walked in and saw his picture and said, well, I think I want to sign it. So he signed it, and now I'm helping collect the rest of the signatures of the 1982 games.
Talking with Brewers great Charlie Moore. How about getting the band back together?
Everybody looks pretty good. I mean, they walk a little bit slower and all that, but the guys for their age now, I'm actually all of us are close to 70. So, yeah, I think everybody looks great.
Here with David Gruber, let's go sneak into Beetlejuice, right?
What? Go sneak into Beetlejuice?
Yeah. What else we got? We got Alien here tonight?
I don't know. They're talking about this. I was talking about the 69 Mets before. It's supposed to be a baseball night.
Round of applause for Commissioner Emeritus Bud Selig and founding owner of the Brewers. Talking with Brewers great Cecil Cooper, first baseman. Your name is not often mentioned in some of the crazy party stories. Were you in there with those guys, or did they out-party you?
I was there, but I was kind of like the guy on the corner watching, in the background.
Keep me out of it.
In the background.
Talking with Mike Caldwell. Mike, are there any stories that you hadn't heard, like when you all get together?
Well, none that I'm going to tell you, but...
So there are stories I haven't heard, is that right?
We repeat a lot of them, but there are some good ones.
Film was really good, man. Another favorite part that, something I didn't know. I was a kid then, just getting into baseball, which was a pretty good time to get into baseball.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? 8 years old. But I had forgotten this, again, because I was a kid, but they went through a managerial change. They had a really good 81 season, and Buck Rogers was the manager of the team at the time and just was not a good fit for what these guys needed. The Brewers started slow. They were in second last place for a while, in June maybe. And then the film really does a good job of detailing after they switched over to Harvey Keene and how they recovered and climbed the ladder again and got to the precipice there. But Simmons tells this story about Harvey Keene. Okay, been around the ball club a long time. Kind of a little bit of a parallel with Murph.
Okay,
right? Guy that they all knew, whatever. And he said Harvey Keene comes in, all the guys in the clubhouse. He comes in for our first, big I'm the manager now meeting. He says, I got two things to say to you guys. Number one, I hate meetings. Number two, this meeting is over. He left.
All right.
And that's when the guys knew, it was a veteran team, and that's when the guys knew this guy's going to let us play ball how we want to play ball, and we're going to do it our way, and they did. Totally worth seeing. It is in Marcus Theaters right now. A couple of limited showings today, and then it's going to be all over tomorrow.
Hey, don't forget, it's Thursday. That means virtual baseball. So that's 10, 12 minutes from now?
Okay.
A very special edition, a 1982 edition of virtual baseball.
And the film, once again, is just a bit outside. Check Marcus Theaters for listings.
This is what we've all wanted and dreamed about. We made it. We're in the World Series.
This is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life.
I wish it was 82 again.
Getting 10% back is easy at Fleet Farm. For a limited time only, Fleet Rewards members can earn 10% back in-store and online. Spend $50, get $5 back in rewards. No rebates, no coupons, no hassles. Plus, Fleet Rewards membership is free. So if you're not signed up yet, now's the time. Then get shopping to earn 10% back on everything you need for everyday life at Fleet Farm. Some exclusions apply. Not valid at Ankeny and Waukee, Iowa stores.
This September, Diamonds Direct's ultimate offer is back. Stronger than ever. Diamonds Direct helps you get the perfect jewelry gift with 0% interest. That's right. Enjoy 5 years of 0% financing on any Diamonds Direct purchase. It's your chance to get her the perfect ring with 0 interest and comfortable monthly payments that fit your budget. But act fast. This offer ends September 30th. For details and more, visit diamondsdirect.com. Spread your payments over 5 years with 0 interest on approved credit. Only at Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion.
You wake up feeling like you just boxed 12 rounds. Some wake up sweating with sore jaws, headaches, and a lot of our patients complain of brain fog. I'm Dr. Madan Kandula, and these signs, often joined with snoring, are sleep apnea symptoms. And if this sounds like you may have been in a struggle last night between you and this serious disorder. Many people aren't willing to fight back. But the fact is, you can't go through these nightly struggles without ramifications that each night chip away at your life's expiration date. I get it. You don't want to wear a CPAP mask. You may find out you don't need one. We have every effective sleep apnea solution available. And believe me, the mask is the last resort.
Solving your breathing triangle problem can lead to better sleep and a better quality of life. Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Results may vary.
The Fox and Hound Supper Club in Hubertus is hiring servers, bussers, food runners, expo and barbacks, and cleaners. Make real money. It's perfect for high school and college students, parents, and grandparents. Tell your kids and start next week. FoxandHoundsRestaurant.com.
Traffic is sponsored by SB Framing Gallery, Milwaukee's distinctive archival framing.
SB Framing Gallery in the 3rd Ward can enhance and protect your artwork for generations. Framing pieces with archival and distinctive design. Learn more at sbframinggallery.com.
8:33, I'm Vince Vitrano on Wisconsin's Morning News. It's September 12th. Our top story moving forward after a suspected arson fire in Madison.
I'm Erik Bilstad. Frustration continues towards the Milwaukee Housing Authority.
I'm Debbie Lazago, westbound 94, right about at 25th Street. We got the left lane blocked with a broken down bus stuck in that left lane. It's going to be a bit of a tight ride heading past that scene. On the eastbound side, we got a little bit of a backup from Highway G to Highway 16 through that construction zone. Then you're back on the brakes from 92nd Street through the stadium. Southbound 43, backed up from before Hampton Avenue all the way down to Capitol Drive. Northbound 4394 slowing out of the Mitchell Interchange around the playing field curve all the way up past Oklahoma Avenue. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Sunny, hazy, clouds moving in late with a high of 85 degrees, a little bit cooler near the lake today. Mostly cloudy, low of 66 tonight. Right now, 67 in Milwaukee. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, 6 UW-Madison students still trying to find a place to stay. There was a series of fires in the city Wednesday morning. One of the students, Carly Lehman of Franklin, telling WTMJ quick action of their neighbors to call 911 prevented a bigger tragedy.
We were told by the firefighters that if we had waited even 5 more minutes to call 911, that our house would have been in a much worse state than it is right now. They said it would have spread to the houses around us as well.
And Carly told us she and her 5 roommates did manage to get out safely. They're staying with friends for now and will be returning to class today. For a photo of the suspect and link to help those displaced students, you can text FIRE to the WTMJ talk and text line 855-616-1620. Housing Authority of the City of Milwaukee facing a lawsuit from its residents concerning deteriorating living conditions over the years. Now, HACA met with residents Wednesday, the first time they had a face-to-face in 8 months. After the meeting, Director Willie Hines Jr. said he's not stepping down.
I'm committed to working, continuing my efforts and working with HUD to address the corrective action plans. I do not anticipate resigning, and neither do I anticipate retirement. I have many working years ahead of me.
There's a class action lawsuit now against the Housing Authority, claiming residents at College Court on the city's south side have been dealing with bed bugs for 5 years.
Francine is far from finished. The Category 2 hurricane arriving in Louisiana, leaving flooding from heavy rain and more to come. ABC's Matt Rivers is just southwest of New Orleans.
A flash flood emergency declared last night in the city. This morning, flood waters still a problem. Francine's strong winds knocking out power to more than 100,000 homes and businesses. Trees falling onto power lines as whipping winds ignite the lines.
The tropical storm will dissipate before bringing much of rain to Wisconsin. All we'll have is perhaps a slight chance for rain on Sunday.
Milwaukee College celebrating a milestone.
The M in MIAD stands for Milwaukee, and we are a part of this community.
Milwaukee Institute of Art and Design is celebrating its 50th anniversary. Collaboration and community specialist Leah Good tells WTMJ how they're celebrating with special events, starting with Doors Open Milwaukee.
It's going to be Milwaukee Prints. It is in conjunction with our communication design department, where we have the communication design screen by printing class that is going to be doing custom screen prints that are based on Milwaukee's theme.
Also look for special upcoming exhibits featuring art from alumni and faculty. Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
Time now for news about your money. The WTMJ Annex Wealth Management market update. Checking the numbers as we get underway on Wall Street. The Dow is up 61. The Nasdaq starting up 17 and the S&P starting up 5 as, again, we just got started on Wall Street today. Annex Wealth Management. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com.
WTMJ's Greg Matzik here for Holiday Automotive in Fond du Lac, the destination for Wisconsin's best 2024 closeout sale. It's where to score deep closeout savings on favorites from Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC. Get more for your trade and discover car buying that makes fans of drivers from all over the Badger State. Fans like me. Fun, simple, and pressure-free car shopping is the way it works at Holiday. Their transparent, simplified pricing and buying approach lets you relax and focus on finding the one that's right for you, then pairing it up with enticing, money-saving incentives and offers to lower your bottom line. I've driven with Holiday a long time. The team culture, passion for excellence, and friendly, upbeat atmosphere is real. It wins fans and has earned them top-ranked status as Wisconsin's #1 Buick and GMC dealer per 2023 Buick and GMC Zone sales records. Find yours, discover the difference, and drive it home today from Holiday, Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC in Fond du Lac and online at holidaygm.com. It's worth the trip.
$1 million. That's big, really big. This September, Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee is handing out a cool million, and you've got a shot at winning your share. The big $1 million giveaway is here. Just play with your rewards card and you're entered to win. Couldn't be easier and couldn't be bigger. No wonder it's called the Big One. For more details, visit paysbig.com/big one. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Hey, it's WTMJ's Steve Scafidi for Universal Windows Direct. Football season is here. You know what that means? Fall is just around the corner with cooler temperatures on the way. Time to make sure your home is ready. If you've been dealing with drafty windows all summer, now is the perfect time to upgrade with Universal Windows Direct before the cold weather hits. Call 414-410-2000. Schedule your free in-home estimate today. For every 2 windows you buy, get the next 2 free. Plus, if you need it, 0% financing for 60 months for the last windows you will ever need. Go to UWD.com. Like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
Yeah, they are cheering in Florida, and they are cheering in space. History made off-planet this morning happened during the show. Above the atmosphere.
The 4-member crew that lifted off from Florida's Kennedy Space Center Wednesday settled into orbit aboard the SpaceX Crew Dragon for today's mission highlight.
SpaceX's go for spacewalk operations. Report advisor.
One at a time, Jared Isaacman and Sarah Gillis stood in the hatchway to test out a new spacesuit design. Before he climbed back inside, Isaacman, who funded the mission, took a look at the Earth.
It's gorgeous.
Jim Ryan, ABC News.
First time ever that a civilian crew opened the hatch of a spacecraft and climbed out. The video was incredible, very surreal.
You were so funny this morning because we're all working on prepping the show,
you're
but it's
busy doing stuff.
minutes before we're going on the air, and Eric's like, you need to see this. They're going to open the hatch.
Yeah. And it was super cool, wasn't it?
Real time watching it.
I don't know what was neater. Seeing him standing outside the capsule and seeing the Earth behind it, because they had cameras all over the capsule, which was really cool. Or when they first open the hatch and they show the camera look out the hatch and it's just nothing but space.
Like there's the whole rest of the universe.
So why is this so important? Bill Hardwood from CBS.
They're trying to come up with a lower cost, more comfortable, easier to manufacture spacesuits for eventual flights to the moon and Mars. And this is a very small step in that direction, but it's a major step. They've hit it out of the park. No problems at all.
Yeah, which is great. And my favorite part, as always, whenever they do this, you know how hard this is to do. Life can be on the line, and oftentimes, like this isn't easy. Anything could happen. You take months, years to prepare for this. You have engineers, you have physicians, you have mathematicians, you have mechanics, you have all these people working on it. And when it finally works, they all cheer, start dancing. There's always a party. Nerds everywhere, taking their horn rim glasses off and throwing them.
All right. They were excited.
Nerds kissing other nerds.
They gonna do some day drinking today?
Little day drinking, yeah.
All right, where are we going?
Compasses, keyboards being tossed around. They're slapping each other in the butt with keyboards. We're all excited about it.
Keyboard breaking over the leg.
Yeah. Yes. You can't tell me a protractor wasn't thrown at least once today.
The old graphing calculator. Chuck that against the wall.
Yes.
Spike.
They're all partying. No one's sleeping tonight at Cape Canaveral.
It is super hard to do. They closed that thing back up now, right? They're
done? They're back.
Hey,
they're
that's
not back
the other
home.
part of it? Yeah, you can open it. Yeah, you got out. Can you close it? That's important, too.
So far, so good. And by the way, if you're interested in watching it in real time or even spinning through it, we do have the entire video on our website. Just text the word space to the WTMJ Talking text line, 855-616-1620.
Virtual baseball is next, and I need a player. 855-616-1620. Caller number 7 plays virtual baseball with what on the line? Pair of tickets still? Pair of tickets to see your Milwaukee Brewers in September. 855-616-1620. Caller number 7 plays virtual baseball next. Can we or no? Still? Go ahead, Deb.
All right, westbound
I've lost control here.
Yeah, westbound on 94, right about at 25th Street, we had a broken down bus that's getting hooked up to a tow truck right now. It's blocking the left lane. That's making for a nasty ride coming out of the Marquette. Eastbound 94, a little bit tight between Highway G and Highway 16, and then again from 84th Street through the Stadium interchange. We've got some delays southbound 43 from just south of Silver Spring down to Capitol. Northbound 4394 is going to be backed up around the Plainfield curve up past Oklahoma Avenue, and westbound 894 slow from 27th Street all the way to about 68th Street. Hey, while you're out navigating the roads as quickly and safely as possible, if you see something we should know about, call the WTMJ Hall Volkswagen traffic tip line at 414-238-9329. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
If September had a flavor, it would be bittersweet.
You still get the remnants of summer, that's sweet, but it's mixed with a bitter bite of back to school. Don't you wish you could keep some things running longer and stop other stuff from happening too soon? Here at Mr. Holland's Home Services, we feel the same way about your aging furnace. The fall chill is coming, and with the world's greatest tune-up and furnace rejuvenation, Mr. Holland's crew can stretch your senior system so that it's running smoothly well into its golden years. Of course, just like summer, all good things eventually must come to an end. So if your elderly, inefficient furnace is facing its final days, we can keep its memory alive with the installation of a brand new, high-efficiency comfort system. Mr. Holland's Home Services has you covered. But sorry, kids, you still gotta go to school.
Aw, man.
866-992-1717 or visit MrHollandsHomeservices.com. Ready to take your comfort from bitter to sweet? We can help.
WTMJ's Erik Bilstad here. I know, I've been there with you. All day partying with the NASA nerds after big events in space. Your back hurts. Your knee hurts? Actually, no, seriously, though. We've all been there when you've had the extra exercise or you've been out doing things and using more physical nature, if you will, and all of a sudden your knee starts to bark up more than normal. And then you realize you have a problem, and now you can't get it fixed. You don't know how to get it fixed, and you want to have surgery, but you don't want to go under the knife. You don't know what to do. Well, there is another way. QC Kinetics. You can enhance your joints, improve mobility, and get back to doing the stuff you love without pain. And you can do it without drugs or surgery or downtime. It's QC Kinetics. You can get a free consultation right now. Just call 414-285-3474, and you can learn about what they do and how they do it. They have local technicians right here. They got some in Mequon and in Greenfield. Get yourself a free consultation and find out if QC Kinetics can work for you. No downtime. You can go in and get a session and start feeling better, and you can go into work later that day. It can happen that easily. 414-285-3474. Call QC Kinetics now.
Buying a home should be a joy, but could you imagine doing this without a realtor? Paperwork, inspections, appraisals, deadlines, showings, market research? Or you could relax. Or understanding legal documents, negotiating offers, coordinating inspections, securing finance. Oh, sorry. A realtor can take the stress out of the home buying process. See how at wra.org/a-realtor-can. Brought to you by the Wisconsin Realtors Association.
Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors.
You are a guaranteed winner with Siding Unlimited, Wisconsin's best contractor for your home's beauty and defense. Siding Unlimited is siding, of course, but so much more. Windows, roofing, decks. Siding Unlimited is recognized as the MVP in all those areas by customers and suppliers alike. You want major league work done on your house, so start by contacting Siding Unlimited. SidingUnlimited.com.
Was the game plan to try to get on Roop early there tonight?
I mean, the game plan's that. When isn't that the game plan? Oh, let's let them have a few innings. So would that qualify as a dumb question?
This is your chance to be a professional baseball player.
People still don't recognize us.
For 5 minutes. Virtually, of course.
We're contenders now.
Welcome to Virtual Baseball on Wisconsin's Morning News.
All right, let's go. Virtual Baseball sponsored by Siding Unlimited. It's siding and a whole lot more. Honest pricing guaranteed. Visit sidingunlimited.com. Our winner today will get 2 tickets to see your Milwaukee Brewers September baseball at American Family Field. And we've got Ron in Rubicon on the line. Morning, Ron.
Morning.
So you're lucky today, Ron. We've got Erik has assembled a special 1982 Brewers edition.
A very special edition of Virtual Baseball. I have 20 Brewers highlights from 1982, labeled 1 through 20. You and Vince will each select 3 highlights from that same list. Your score is determined by the number of runs in each highlight. So if you score 2 runs and a 2-run home run, that's 2 for you. You get 3 swings. Would you like to be the home team or the visiting team today?
Home team.
Home team you are. And like we said, today is a special 1982. So these are all mostly some from the playoffs. Might be some other ones in there as well.
Ron, you old enough to remember the 82 team?
Yes, sir.
All right. Awesome.
Ryan, you sound like you're right out of high school. Come on now.
Vinny's up first. Let's go. I'll take highlight number 4.
Paul Molitor.
Molitor hits on the ground to second. Tom Hurst should have an easy play. He does, one away. That will take care of the butterflies for Paul Molitor. No matter what you've done in regular season play, league championship series play, it cannot compare to the World Series.
Okay, that's nothing there. Thanks, Uke.
All right, I will take highlight number 17, Jimmy Gantner.
Gorman Thomas today.
Base hit. Brewers will take the lead. 1 run in. 2 runs are in. Simmons heading for third. Thomas for second. Safe.
All right, 2 runs there from Thomas. Thank you.
All right, let me get, speaking of Thomas, I'll take highlight number 20 for Gorman.
Ben Ogilvy.
And the explosion from these Brewers bats that people have talked about, we've seen so much of. Look out.
That one's hit well, deep to right. If it's fair, it's gone, and we have a tie game. Ben Ogilvy has his first home run of the series, and we have a new game at 1.
All right, solo shot there from Ogilvy.
Okay, Ron, so I ended up with 3 runs. That is easily surmountable.
All right, here we go. What's your first number?
8.
Number 8 is the kid, Robin Yount.
The 3-2 pitch is lined to left field, a base hit for Yount. So Robin Yount, in his first trip in World Series play, singled sharply to left field.
All right, well, it's a single, but no runs scored. So, unfortunately, that counts as a nothing for you. What's next?
12.
Cecil Cooper.
Left field, base hit. Tied run. Morris comes to score. Gantner on his way to the plate. Throw through. Brewers lead.
There we go. When was that? Was that ALCS when he had that 2-run?
Is that the hit?
Yep.
Like in Game 5 where he's running out of the box asking it to get down?
You want to hear it again?
Yeah.
Left field, base hit. Tied run. Morris comes to score. Gantner on his way to the plate. Throw through. Brewers lead.
That's the one. I think that's the one. All right, 2 runs for you there,
big
Ron.
one. All right, last at bat. What are we going to do here?
Number 5.
Paul Molitor.
Keeson ready. And the pitch to Paulie is lined to center. Get down, ball. Lynn coming on. He can't get it. The ball got by him. All the way to the wall. It could be an inside the park home run. Jackson the pickup. The throw. Molitor coming on. He is in standing. And it is 4-2 on an inside the park home run by Paul Molitor.
All right, that was a home run. I believe someone was on.
So we tied it up.
Is that just a tie?
I don't know.
I could have sworn.
Are you asking me or somebody was on base?
You know what? Since I don't have a walk-off for you, I'm going to give it to you.
Fine. That works for me. I didn't want to win anyway. I can't win anything. I want Ron to go to the ball game.
Absolutely.
Oh, fantastic, Ron. Who are you going to take the game with you?
My wife.
Well, have a great time on us. Ron wins the game today.
Thank you, man.
And go ahead and stay on the line. Talk to Greg Pancake Hill, our producer. He'll get all the information from you.
I am curious now. Now I want to know if there was anyone on base for that home run. It was 2 runs. 2-run shot.
It was 2 runs.
All right, so he won fair and
because the
square.
ball guy, I can see the play.
Yeah. 2-run inside the Parker. So it was
good.
He
So
won
it's all
for,
on the up and up.
Yeah. So we didn't do anything. No, nothing crazy here.
2 or 3 nights till I'm at the ball game.
The 1-2 pitch. Ball line to Yount. It's short. He throws. It's over. The Brewers have won the American League pennant. Milwaukee, you have a World Series. Thousands of people streaming on to the field at County Stadium. It is absolute pandemonium. They are surrounding the Brewers. They have defeated the California Angels 3-2, and they now go to the World Series. Absolutely fabulous. This is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life.
One more time before 9 o'clock here, Debbie.
All right. Broken down bus stuck in the left lane at 25th Street on westbound 94. That's backing things up through the Marquette. Other than that, we got eastbound backing up just a little bit into Highway 16, and then again from 76th Street all the way to 35th. Northbound 4394 slowing around the Plainfield curve up to Oklahoma Avenue. And westbound on 894 backing up from 27th Street all the way to 68th through that construction zone. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
They did not choke. They're going to the World Series. They beat the California Angels today 4-3, and they had to come from behind to do it. We'll be back right after this.
These are powerful, FDA-approved pharmacological pain treatments precisely administered by an easy injection to the root source of your pain. Positive patient outcomes are over 91%. And we do this conveniently. The entire process is performed in office, so it's very easy for our patients.
Rejuvenex founder Richard Salinas, with the help of some of the finest pain relief physicians in the country, have helped bring their proprietary pain treatment formula to the forefront of pain relief medicine. Having performed over 100,000 pain treatments and counting, patient results have shown again and again that pain relief is possible in shoulders, hips, elbows, and knees, with some patients' pain relief lasting more than 2 years.
We're in network with almost all major insurance plans, including Medicare and Medicaid, and this could mean zero out-of-pocket costs for your pain relief treatment.
Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
Go to rejuvenex.com to request your free pain evaluation.
Vince Vitrano for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. You know, he's a big baseball fan, Gina Della.
Is that right?
Yeah. Well, she's got Levering.
Sure.
Working for her. Now she loves football as well. She's got Tausch in the family. But this whole last spot that they created, you've heard some of Levering's spots, it's all baseball related.
Right, yes.
But see, now that's not fair because they write these things and like it sounds better when Levo says it than me.
Than when you do it.
Yeah, right. You want me to give it to you here?
Yes, please.
The baseball season in Milwaukee has been a welcome surprise. New manager. Some important pieces went elsewhere, and yet we've had an outstanding season. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin always finishes first in the window and door leagues. You like that? That's good stuff right there. Pella manufactures all of their own products. And in all seriousness, each one of those products, they test them thousands of times. They make sure that they stand the test of time. Quality craftsmanship, innovative design. It's built into every Pella product for timeless beauty and performance. They're best in class. All the styles, features, colors that you want to choose from. You get the Pella design team in your home, and right now to make it more affordable, spread your payments out month by month. Pay as low as $18 a month per window, $81 per patio door per month. This deal good until the end of September. Lasts until September 30th. Visit PellaWI.com today.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
WTMJ forecast sponsored by Dave Dre Camp Heating, where your comfort is their family's tradition. Still not a lot of rain in the forecast. Clouds late today under hazy skies and a high of 85 degrees, 66 your low tonight. Nothing Friday in terms of rain. Saturday, Sunday, all they're saying right now, we could see some remnants from Francine, which has now been downgraded to a tropical depression, made landfall as a Category 2 storm late yesterday, and still a lot of rain involved in that. If we see any remnants, it looks like perhaps late Sunday. Chance for some showers related to that. Hundreds of thousands without power in the southeast right now, made landfall over Louisiana.
Amazing that it could just barely bring anything this far north. It's going to dissipate that much.
Yeah, and if some of that is track dependent as well, but if there's anything left that kind of comes near us, we could get some much needed rain. Of course, it would happen perfectly, right? Wash out something that's important. That's always one of those things. Right. It hadn't rained in 3 weeks, but then you're like, it rains on my thing. So hopefully we all dodge that. Again, that chance coming in late on Sunday. Right now, 74 degrees, and the WTMJ Political Power Hour with Steve Scafidi up next. Vince Vitrano for Great Lakes Landscape. You've been out in the yard this summer, starting to notice it's looking old, tired, boring. Let's fix that with Great Lakes Landscape.